Hello, hello, all you beautiful people. I'm Ethan Locke, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Jaden Woods and Rich Jennings. And welcome to the Viking Stadium in Valparaiso, Indiana. Tonight is the homecoming night for the Vikings, where we celebrate the school and its accomplishments. We have a very crucial matchup here tonight that can determine a lot for the teams playing here. We have the visiting Crown Point Bulldogs, but for now, here's the national anthem. So after that, back here to the pregame presented by us. As mentioned earlier, we have a very crucial matchup here tonight that could determine a lot of things here for the teams playing. We have the visiting undefeated Crown Point Bulldogs at 5-0 against the 4-1 Valparaiso Vikings. The Bulldogs are looking to stay undefeated. Meanwhile, the Vikings are looking to go first in the Dueling Conference tonight. Speaking of the Vikings, Jaden, what helped Valpo pull away from Chesterton last week?
Well, one word, Ethan, interceptions. The Valpo defense had multiple of them throughout the game, including a game-saving interception on the final drive of a Chesterton offense. The interception that was thrown late in the fourth quarter was the game clincher as it sent Chesterton back home with another loss in the books, and Valpo back home celebrating a 19-13 win.
Speaking of the win, we head to the dueling standings where things are really heating up for some teams. As mentioned earlier, Crown Point is 5-0 and in first place, followed by Valparaiso and Maryville tied for second place at 4-1 apiece. Coming in fourth place is Lake Central at 3-2. They could potentially move up to third if they win and a Maryville or Valpo loss. As for the rest of the Dueling Conference, every other team is 1-4, such as LaPorte, Chesterton, Michigan City, and Portage. So this matchup tonight is easily the game of the night around the region, with so much at stake. Crown Point also hasn't beaten Valparaiso since 2017. So they are also looking to end the streak here tonight. Speaking of, what are some games around the region tonight, Jaden?
Well, we got Portage and Chesterton tonight, in Chesterton. Maryville plays at LaPorte tonight. That's a very crucial matchup as if Maryville loses against LaPorte, they could lose a chance at number one in the standings. And we have Lake Central and Michigan City, and Michigan is trying to break their two-game skid. Now, on to some players to look out for. Since most people are an offensive fan, let's start with our offensive player to look out for, Justin Clark. He's an extremely talented passer and an even more talented scrambler. He leads all quarterbacks in the conference in rushing yards. And here comes the coin flip, and we'll come finish the pregame after that.
Here's your question, guys. If you're Valpo and you win the flip, which way do you take it?
That's a good question. You see, Crown Point is a very, very good offensive team, so I'm trying to get that ball as soon as I can.
Yeah, I'm definitely receiving if I'm Valpo.
Well, here's your answer.
All right.
Crown Point has deferred.
So they will get it in the second half to begin.
Valpo will receive.
All right. You can see they're all shaking hands. Good sportsmanship.
So yes, Valpo will be receiving here first.
Let's finish up the pregame real quick. Our defensive player to look out for is Jonah Kyle, number 10 for Valparaiso. He leads the Valparaiso defense in tackles and is usually in the lane for interceptions. Now, what are some keys for the game, Ethan?
Well, Jaden, some keys to the game are Valparaiso's defense and their secondary. Crown Point is an offensive powerhouse, so Valpo will try their best to slow down the hot offense. Meanwhile, for Crown Point, it's all about their receiving corps, led by Delich and Santiago. Delich averaged up to 24 yards per catch, but for Valpo, they will be without their star running back in Travis Davis, as early in the third quarter in last week's game, he was seen on crutches and was ruled out for tonight's contest, so we'll be seeing a lot more of the Tom Berta show, who had up to 104 rushing yards in the last game against the Trojans. So, we'll see how Valpo will get used to their sense of rhythm here tonight on offense against their star player.
Yeah, that's all for tonight's pregame. Let's get into the game. Now, last game, we saw a lot of kicks and a lot of missed kicks.
We really did. That was by Kopp, who only made one extra point. So
Yeah,
he's
and,
looking for a redemption game.
He's usually an extremely efficient kicker, too. So that was rough to...
Everybody has their off games, and we are underway here in Valparaiso, Indiana. Here with the kickoff.
Yep.
And this is a touchback. So here comes Clark in the offense, looking to get ready. They know what they're up against tonight. I mean, Crown Point is such a physical team. I mean, you're looking at a team that's just blows out opponents by sometimes by more than 30. It reminds you of a team?
Yes, it does. It reminds me of the Valpo team.
Yes.
Week 2 and 3.
We'll just have to see how Valpo does against that Crown Point defense without their star running back.
You can see on the right side of your screen the Vikings and Crown Point on the left side of your screen in the white and red jerseys. Berta's already
Ball
ready.
snap. Here's
First
a rush
play's a
by
run
Berta, and Berta is stopped immediately.
Wow.
They were ready for him, and that is
They were
a second down.
They were watching game tape for sure.
Well, we've talked about Berta last game and how he just trucks through defenders.
He was not trucking through them.
He wasn't going anywhere that time.
Wow.
So that is a gain for none.
That is a strong D-line, and we talked about that. We got some insider information.
That Crown Point D-line is really going to be a challenge for the Valpo O-line, but
Definitely.
that Valpo O-line is definitely something also to look out for. As this pass is caught,
I believe that's Rocco Machichi. Correct me if I'm wrong. Rocco Machichi, yeah.
that's right, Machichi. At one point of the season, he did lead in receiving yards.
I believe he still does for Valpo.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Machichi is such a very efficient player. He's
119 yards this season on 7 receptions.
Machichi's a player to definitely, you don't want to make him big plays. And here's a third down and short. They just need 1 yard to gain here for the first. The ball is snapped. The rush by Berta. Berta found an opening. It gets out of the tackle. And a first down for Valparaiso.
That's got to be 10 yards after contact.
It was.
That's ridiculous.
That was a 12-yard rush for the first down.
Wow, and like that very first play, he got dropped immediately.
And
But I
then
mean,
the second play, he was off.
Second play, he broke 3 tackles. Wow.
Already having 12 rushing yards to begin this game on 2 attempts.
I think the interesting part about the fact that they're both right up the gut.
Absolutely.
Here
Yes,
they go
and here's-
again, right up the gut again.
It's going to be about 4 yards, it looks like.
And that was Clardy that time.
Jacob Clardy, number 21.
That is Valpo telling Crown Point that they are not afraid of their defensive line. They are going right at them.
Yep.
I mean, this is going to be a dogfight
Oh,
no matter
absolutely.
what.
I mean, you got the Bulldogs here. It's going to be a dogfight.
That's right. No pun intended.
Oh, pun intended.
Anyhow,
They got Berta back.
It was a
I think they just
3-yard
wanted
rush.
Clardy for one quick little run.
and you know what? That is expected. You know, Clardy is able to make those big plays. And here's another rush here by Berta.
That's the second Valpo
Moving the
first
chains
down.
here. And a first down once again in Crown Point territory.
Look at, if you watch the way he moves when he's on the run, he knows exactly where he's going. I mean, right then he looked a little confused, but
That
he
was
found that opening.
his third rush of the night here thus far.
And I believe he has 21 yards so far.
That's right.
Wow.
So a good start here for this Valpo rushing game. And here's another decent run here. Gets about 5.
You need some yards. You're giving it to Berta.
Don't let Berta.
He just
This
gets,
could, like
he
I
just
said
gets-
earlier, this could be the Tom Berta show.
That was 4 yards, I believe.
And a 2nd down and 6 here.
Yeah, that's 4 more yards.
Crown Point looking to stop Valpo's 4-game win streak. Meanwhile, Valpo is looking to stop the undefeated Bulldogs here.
They're 5-game
And they're doing good as they lose the ball. Bad snap, recovered by the Bulldogs.
Wow.
And just like that, Bulldog ball.
Wow.
What a turn of events there.
Really? I mean, that was such a great rush.
Might have just jinxed them right there.
Wow.
And the Bulldogs defense steps in big.
Yeah, I think
And all of a sudden, we're looking the other way. I mean, what a play.
our co-host here, Rich Jennings, might have jinxed him.
Well, they had a good drive going
did.
and just
That was almost 30 yards for Berta just in the first.
that was about
I'm
6
blanking.
plays on that drive.
Now Valpo needs to step up this defense right here and stop them, because
Yep.
this could be a really painful drive here.
If they can't stop them and they only let them get a couple yards there.
I was watching really closely the O-line versus the D-line. That was rough. Their O-line is, Crown Point's O-line is extremely strong.
Well, as we heard pregame, a vast majority of them are wrestlers, and very good wrestlers at that.
Yes.
So let's look at this Crown Point offense led by J.J. Johnson and Santiago and Delich.
Yeah.
So Johnson tries to keep it on the rush there and gets about 2.
They didn't even fall for the fake. They knew exactly what they were
And
doing.
Johnson's another flashy quarterback you have to
Yes.
look out for as well.
Absolutely.
He can make a big yard play just like that.
He
He could be a
has
total game changer.
590 yards this season
Wow.
and 32 throws.
He's one you
Completed.
definitely. That's one you definitely have to look out for. And it's a very smart player, and he knows what he's doing.
This is a big play for Valpo's defense right here.
Definitely, if they can get a 3rd and short.
There it is. This pass looked like it was overthrown, but it's caught, and for a 1st down in Valparaiso territory.
That's a big target right there.
That was to
Definitely is. He's a tall man.
Malaski. He is also a linebacker,
Wow. Seamus Malaski.
How tall is he?
the tight end. 6'5".
I was gonna say 6'3", so okay.
That is a tall dude.
Yes. Makes sense why he's playing on both sides of the ball.
Valpo's got to look out for those tall guys.
Yes, they
He
do.
can make those lengthy catches. So just like that, Crown Point is in Valpo territory. Snap,
It's a
and
run.
gets about a yard.
That was a run by number 20. That will be Tommy Gudagno. That was made by Jonah Kyle, our defensive player to look out for.
And you know what? When I think of this defense, I think of Jordan Kyle. I think of him as the leader. He's the ringleader of this whole defense.
He is one of the captains.
He is a senior, so he definitely knows what he's doing. And I feel like sometimes when this defense gets down on themselves, he's the person to pick them all back up. He is definitely the leader of this.
He definitely is.
So here it is. He was pressured there, and
That could have been an interception. That's going to be, I think that might be.
the
That's
quarterback,
gonna be pass
Johnson,
interference.
was pushed.
That one's going to be pass interference on Valpo up top there.
It was looking like it.
Yeah,
We definitely did see a push there,
definitely. It kind of looked like they
Yep.
just stopped.
and it is against Valpo. That is the first penalty on both sides.
Yes.
First penalty of the game.
Well, yeah. Yep, that will be pass interference against the Vikings. 1st and 10 for the
And-
Bulldogs.
I mean, this is not a good situation for Valpo. I mean, you're giving Crown Point pretty much the red zone already. Here at the 25.
See, this is the drive that I was afraid of, because you've got Valpo kind
Here
of.
it is. Johnson found the opening. Johnson is off to the races. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
He is speedy.
What a run.
Wow.
Yeah, he's definitely got some speed to him.
He's got some
Holy
wheels
moly.
on him.
He was off. He found the opening and just he was down the sideline, and just like that, it is 6-0 Crown Point.
Yeah, that, like I was saying, that's the drive that I was afraid of, because Valpo started shooting themselves in the foot, and they had their opportunities with a really strong offensive drive until the turnover, obviously.
It looks like they're coming, honestly, it looks like Valpo's coming into this game expecting to lose, which is never a good attitude.
Well, that shouldn't be the attitude.
No, it definitely
No matter what team you're playing against. Here's this kick.
And it's good.
Yes, good. Making that 7-0 with 6:35. So obviously a sloppy start on both ends for Valpo's defense and offense.
Yeah, they're definitely,
I mean, the fumble snap, I mean, is, you really don't see those a lot there, but
fumble snap is definitely.
by the center.
Right.
And just dropped it right there.
That's definitely
and it led to the
something.
Johnson 25-yard touchdown.
Do not want to give up his.
And especially against
Fumble.
a team like Crown Point. Crown Point is looking forward to the mistakes you make. You make those mistakes, they're going to be on you just like that.
Definitely.
So you never want to do this.
I mean, they're dogs, man.
Literally, in their name. If you're just joining us, Crown Point just scored 7-0. Valpo did get the ball first, but it was a fumble snap.
They looked like they were going to score on that drive, too. That was an extremely impressive
As
drive.
you see some Bulldogs excited from that first play.
All right, let's bring it back here for Valpo. Let's get another strong drive and hold on to that ball here.
That's what they'll be looking for. They'll be looking for redemption here on the second drive, with the second possession.
I kind of have a feeling this game's going to be really back and forth. Like, very back and forth.
It'll all determine if the Vikings can not be mistake-prone.
Yeah.
They got to be on top of their game, especially against a good team like Crown Point, which is easily their hardest opponent of the year. Here's the kick, and it is a touchback.
Definitely a touchback, yeah.
So here comes Clark in the offense once again, looking to redeem themselves after that. But can we just talk about how Berta did on that first possession? He had 25 yards of rushing.
I was just about to say that. 25 yards in one, set of downs. Like, I mean,
only having 4 carries, that is really good. A good, solid start by Berta, but let's see if the other offensive players can do that here as well.
I'm starting to think.
Ball snap, and Berta almost found the opening, and he would have been off.
Absolutely.
He just gets tripped up there, but gets a good amount of yardage.
I was going to mention that earlier. The D-line is extremely strong, but they don't seem to be, for Crown Point, they don't seem to be extremely aware. And Bert is a small target, too. If you lose him, you're losing him. He's got quick feet, and he's speedy. If you lose him in that crowd.
High snap. It's the Berta once again, and Berta was looking to push his way through it.
There's a flag on the play.
I didn't even see the flag.
Yeah, that might be holding on the right side of the Valpo line. We'll see. May also be illegal hands to the face.
Now it'll be a not good penalty if it's against.
Yeah, regardless, it's probably going to be against Valpo.
That would be holding.
That will set them back. Wow. A good amount of yards. And a sloppy start here by Valpo. Here on homecoming night.
Something you don't want to see, especially on your homecoming game.
5:51 left here in the first quarter. Valpo looking to get themselves out of this hole to throw themselves into.
And I have a feeling they're going to go to Berta for this. Number 4 for the Vikings.
But why not just shoot one deep? We haven't seen a lot of deep passes here.
Haven't seen any deep passes here.
especially in the last couple of games.
No, definitely not.
Seems rare we see those nowadays by the Valpo offense. They're more of a flashy run, more of a running game offense more than anything.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
So that set them back 10 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12 here at the 18.
That's not too bad.
Clark looking to call up Pachichi, but he'll hand it off over.
He will not hand it off. That's a Clark run.
Yes, it was a fake.
Apparently a really good fake.
A really good fake.
Got us confused up here in the press box.
Yeah, even we were just like, was that Clark? But was that Berta? But regardless,
It'll
one
be
of
a
them
gain
took
of
it.
2 or 3.
But regardless, it is still a 3rd and 19 at the 21.
Yeah, Clark has been straying away from the passing game recently. We saw him warming up his arm a lot earlier this evening, so we're hoping that we can see some more passes out of him.
If I'm Valpo, why not go for a long pass here? It's 3rd and 9. These rushing attack are only going to work so well here. It looked like he was getting swarmed there, and this pass is caught! And look at that. Look what I just called right
He
there.
did such a beautiful
God.
job of staying in there and taking the hit to
That was
deliver that
good.
pass.
Absolutely. That was Scotty Bradney with the reception. That was wild.
And what did I say about those deep passes?
Yep. I mean, he called it.
He was under a ton of pressure there from Crown Point.
Yes, he had
I mean-
defenders all around him, and he still chucked that ball up, and he made it.
I mean, hey, call me Tony Romo, but I'm calling plays here.
I guess I was wrong. He's not straying away from the pass.
So that offensive line did pretty good protecting Clark there. Here's another run there
An outside run.
from Bradley, who made that really good play last time.
It's going to be a gain of about 7, it looks like.
And it'll keep the clock moving here.
We actually haven't seen a lot of Scotty Bradley.
We really haven't, so it's nice to see him making these big time plays when they really need it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
When the
no one
player's on fire.
likes being down 7-0 here, but especially against a team like Crown Point, you can't be making mistakes like that.
All right, now
So
we're getting into that part of the field where the mistakes happened last time with the turnover here.
that's right. It was around the 40-yard line of Crown Point where they started messing up. It was that fumble snap.
The crowd's also going wild here tonight.
It was that fake. There's the pass, and it is overthrown.
If I'm him, I'm not going to run.
Fans were looking for a possible defensive pass interference. They will not get that,
Did
though.
you see that ref's footwork? My goodness. Why is he not signed?
I think he's out of eligibility.
Yeah, I think he's about 23 years out.
Hey, that's just rude.
What are you trying to say?
Say it like it is.
Yeah, we could have Jennings down there as an O-line.
Yeah.
Hey,
James would be
hey,
good.
hey, hey, focus.
Right, we got a game. Anyways, here's a 3rd down and 4 coming up with 4:09 left. The ball is snapped. Here's a rush by Berta. Berta found an opening there for a second, still on his feet,
Is that not going to be holding?
but he does not get the first down.
They were holding his leg.
If I'm Valpo right
Just
here, I'd go
short.
for it.
Well, absolutely,
absolutely.
because
They have
it's
to.
4th and inches here. Or if not, it's 4 and 1.
4th and 1.
It's my 4th and 1. Yep.
I have a feeling we're going to see Bird
Nope,
at the
he
end of
didn't
this
even
half.
think about it. He didn't even
And
think
I
twice
like
about it.
what they're about to do right here, if they convert here.
Oh, he
And a
almost got
person
him.
jumping right
Did
there.
he get him?
And they will get him. And that'll be a first down for Valparaiso.
Yep, it's all
He
signs
caught
on Crown
He
Point.
caught the defensive lineman jumping, playing jumping jacks. It'll be a first
you
down
know he's
for
disappointed.
Valparaiso.
You know that D-line is disappointed.
I think the Valparaiso fans played a factor in that one right there.
Absolutely.
I think so as
They
well.
were. You couldn't hear anything over those
This
fans.
place is jumping.
You're thinking of anything. If you are thinking of a stadium that's anywhere near as loud as this, you're thinking of the Oklahoma Thunder. That's not even football.
Or Kansas City Chiefs.
That's it.
At one point, they were the loudest stadium.
We measured it.
He gets a couple of yardage there.
It looks like about 3.
Now we're going to talk about the loudest stadiums, and you're not going to bring up Seattle. I mean, they were known as the 12th man.
Oh, yeah.
That's where that came from.
We can't forget the Legion of Boom.
The Legion of Boom. I like that. 8.
It was a good
Second
time
and
for
9.
Seattle.
That was only a 1-yard game. Wow. And we're obviously
Under the 3-minute mark of what's been a very interesting quarter here.
very fast-paced first quarter.
Valpo looking to score for the first time. Berta found an opening, and Berta will get the first down.
That's another Valparaiso first down. What is that, the 5th of the game? Wow.
Seems
Bird is such an incredibly talented
sounds about right,
running
but
back. Last game, as my friend here said, he had 104 yards on only...
and he's already over 40 here.
yeah.
So he's already 40% of what he did last game.
Yeah. I'm sitting here looking at this roster for Valpo, and watch number 74.
74.
Yeah. Oh, he just. I shouldn't have said that because he just got blown up on that play.
He got smothered there.
He was actually pushing the Crown Point line for the last couple plays, and he's a sophomore. It just made it was just impressing me, but I shouldn't have said anything.
He was smothered at the line of scrimmage.
Commentator curse.
And once again, we're looking at a 4th and 1 situation. And obviously, we're going
They
for
have
it.
to go for it, and I don't think they can go for another fake here. They're going to be on their
They can try.
Yeah, I
possible.
don't think you're going to get him on a fake here. I think you're going to have Justin Fields from the snap up the middle here.
Here comes Rocco Machichi. He's in the
Need
circle
one
there.
more.
Berta.
He didn't get it.
Did not get it.
Wow.
And another turnover for Valparaiso. That's their second of the game.
See, now, this goes back to exactly the argument of Bears fans over the last week. You know, you had the 4th and 1 on the goal line against the Packers, and they went out of the shotgun and handed off. So the argument all week has been you need a yard, so you're starting 4 yards back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of going underneath center, and you're in the same situation there. You needed 1 yard, but they're giving it to the running back 4 yards deep.
Right. They also, I saw Rocco Machichi. He was wide open.
Machichi ran around there before
It's a spin
the play even got snapped.
He's got about 3 on that one.
JJ Johnson. We're going to hear a lot of his name tonight.
Johnson was the one that did that 25-yard touchdown to give Crown Point their first score of the night as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first quarter here of action. Alpo looking to stop Crown Point here. 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 for Crown Point. That's so disappointing. Every time we've seen the Valpo offense play incredibly well, they mess up one time and the whole play's over.
Johnson, the ball snap. And finds an opening, finds another one, and gets about
Maybe 2.
but yeah, yard or 2.
That was nice team defense by Valpo. They're stringing it out there. The first one slowed him down. Second one cleaned it up.
Yep.
That was Tay Starr that time. Or no, excuse me, that was not him. That was
Jonathan Zimmerman with the run.
Zimmerman.
We all make mistakes.
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman.
He was off there for a little bit.
Definitely. He's speedy. Got some quick feet.
Found an opening there for a second, but then got swallowed up by a Valpo defender.
I'm waiting to see Johnson come around the end again.
And what could be the last play of the quarter, as this is overthrown
That might be.
and no call.
No call.
Yeah, I
Wow.
was gonna say.
4th down.
They're going to let him play a little bit there.
And a big break for
Yeah, that definitely
Valparaiso's
looked like,
defense.
pass interference.
I don't think that was pass interference. It looks like
Well, from here, it's hard to tell if the ball was catchable. It might have been a little bit too high.
I think it was
it
too
was
high,
overthrown. It was overthrown, so no matter what.
But also 16 pushed him midair. That's
There's
a
the
punt.
punt.
Wow.
This is a fair catch.
And he's going to
Down around the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that'll be starting at the 27.
So with 7.3 seconds left in the first quarter of action, Valpo is looking to score on this next possession here.
Do you try and get one playoff?
Oh, absolutely. If
Yeah,
I
you wanna
miss,
get those
let's
couple
get
yards.
let's get a rush. Let's
But you
get
also
one run
can't. Yeah.
and then end the quarter there.
You can't rush it, though. I mean, you can rush the ball, but you can't rush perfection, baby.
Well,
gotta-
I'm running it absolutely if I'm Valpo.
I mean, they got to go a little bit more to the outside run. Bird is a truck, but he, trucks. He's not a Ford F-150, so
he can only do so much, is what you're trying to say.
yeah.
Here's Clark.
Run.
Clark did a spin there for a
Breaks the
second
tackle.
and was stopped pretty much.
Made a
at the
little
line of
something out of
scrimmage.
nothing
And
there.
that is the end of the first quarter here. Valparaiso is scoreless. Meanwhile, Crown Point already has 7 on the board.
I don't think they lost or gained it.
So we'll be back after this. And 7-0, Crown Point.
Welcome back to Valparaiso football here against Crown Point. We're in the second quarter at the very start. This has been a very fun game to watch so far. Very little clock stoppage as Valpo gets set here to start off.
It is second down for them after that rushing that got them no yards there.
I think, honestly, usually I wouldn't say that you should just hold the ball, but in that situation, it kind of looked like they shouldn't have gone for a play. Or at least they should have gone for a pass. I don't think a run was the right play there. That defense was 100% expecting.
So here we are back, 7-0 to begin the second quarter here of action. Valparaiso on their third possession. Find someone down the middle. It's number 1. His pass is caught. My goodness. Brandy.
From 130 to
Brandy.
the next. From 130 to the next. That's going to be almost a 50-yard reception.
And look at those far passes like I said earlier. They don't do them often, but when they do, it makes big-time plays like that. Scotty Brandy on the catch for a Valparaiso first down.
Wow.
And just like that, that kind of wakes up the Crown Point defense.
That was something special. And you can, that whole of the crowd.
So the crowd here is pumped up as Clark finds an opening, and Clark still on his feet did a spin move there for a first down in the red zone.
Almost 20 yards there. That's going to be about 18.
And Valparaiso is heating up.
Two
Okay,
insane
I
plays
hate
after.
to say this, but I think Valpo has woken up.
I think so.
The beast has woken up. You have woken it up.
Definitely. Wow. Two incredible plays back up, one after another.
And that was 50-plus yards as well.
That was almost a 50-yard pass, yeah. That
And
was
then
incredible.
the 10-plus
Had to be
yard
at least
rush.
15.
So here's a first down at the 14.
Berta run.
Berta found the opening there for a moment. And Berta still working his
That's going to be
way.
about 4, maybe 6 yards, actually.
He is definitely close, though, to a first and goal.
He's close to 50 yards in the first half already.
I believe he already is over 50.
Now he's going to come off the field here for a second.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got to get. He's got to
he
get
needs a
some
break,
breath.
yeah.
Look at Berta.
I don't know if he,
Really showing what he's capable
I don't
of.
know, on that last play, if they pull off a play action, look down here.
See Rocco Machichi
No,
Just
moving
about
up.
to say that.
oh, look, Brandon, right down here on the bottom of the field.
And here's Clark with the rush.
Gonna get
And gets
caught up.
swallowed up.
Look, he's one-on-one
Third
down
down.
here, and there's nobody within 30 yards of him.
Nope. And we've seen his quickness. He
Here
can
comes
get away
Berta
from that
once again.
defender, but he knew that ball wasn't coming to him.
So they're most likely going to rush it here as Berta comes back here on the field.
Number 38 is Rocco Machichi, and when he's an end zone wide receiver, honestly, in my opinion. He thrives in the end zone.
Well, Rocco Machichi, when the time comes right, he can make big-time plays. There's no doubt.
Yeah, seeing him out there means you know they're going for it.
So definitely something to look forward to. But here's a third down and 3.
As a Clark
Here
run.
is Clark, and he is
He's in.
in
He's
for the touchdown.
That's gonna be
another Valparaiso touchdown.
Look at that.
Make it 7-6. Clark said, Johnson, right back at you.
That's going to be, wow, that's like a 90 or an 80-yard. I'm sorry, I'm blinking so hard I can't think of it. Drive.
Well,
that was the word.
They started at the 20, so that was an 80-yard drive. You are correct, Jaden.
Wow.
Here is
What a special offense. Cop, I believe.
Kopp was off last game. We'll see if this game he can start off good, and he will.
It's good.
One for one.
I believe that wasn't Cop.
I don't think it was Kopp
that
either.
was-
Nope, that was not Kopp. Kopp is at the 40-yard line right now with the coach.
Yeah, I believe Cop is 87 or 97.
I thought he was 93.
Jackson Cop, you're
Don't look now, guys.
That was
but
McCauley.
this is a new game.
CJ
Definitely
McCauley.
is. We thought Crown Point was going to start blowing up after that touchdown, but
And Valparaiso said, right back at you there. And Valparaiso all of a sudden makes it a tied ball game here.
Yo.
With 9:54
I
left.
gotta
in the
hand it
second
to
quarter.
Valpo. I thought after that turnover and then
There's
the way
Cop.
that they kind of gave up on that defense,
yeah.
He's the punter
you
in
on
this
that
game.
Crown Point touchdown. They've really come back
Absolutely.
and shown some heart here.
I mean, after those two, I mean, it was the turnover on downs and the fumble snap. You really just thought everybody here was just like, this might be the whole thing for the rest of the game. But nope. That 80-yard beauty drive sets them up with a touchdown and a tied ball game here.
Absolutely. You know, we're going to forget all about that first quarter. This game's starting at 9:54 here in the second quarter.
Valpo's like, what first quarter?
We mentioned Kopp just a second ago.
Kopp is going to be
for this game.
Yes. That was C.J. McCauley earlier that did that extra
That
point.
looks like it's going to be a touchback.
And
yeah,
it will be.
He's got a
So
leg
a
on
solid
him.
kick there.
Yeah. I think they just want to give him a game break.
So Crown Point looking to strike back at Valparaiso after that impressive drive.
I got to say that Crown Point has the largest visitor crowd that we've seen here this season so far.
I mean, the Trojans were really close as well.
Yeah, were, but
I
mean,
I'm going to tell you, the Crown Point crowd's kind of quiet right now.
A little bit.
Well, they were jumping up and down about 5 minutes ago, and all of a sudden.
Well, that was pregame. Game just started. We're good.
Yeah.
Well, what I mean by that
Those
is
first 12 minutes
I meant the touchdown by Johnson, of course. That's what
that
I
was
meant.
pregame. We just spotted him 7 points.
Now it's game. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
run.
as we say that, he busts right up the middle.
Well, whatever the case is, gets a good amount of yards there.
Jonah Kyle made the tackle. Our defensive player to look out for tonight. That'll be 2nd and 2 for the Crown Point offense.
You know, if you notice too, Crown Point, we talked about it in the pregame that they like to throw a little bit. They'll get out there and throw, but they haven't done it much in these last, or I should say, been successful with it here.
There's Johnson. His pass is caught.
Every time you talk.
It was caught by Dillich, and we talked about him earlier this game.
I am off to an absolute roaring start here.
Man, that week off, man, you not being here last week really just
He's off tonight.
ruined everything.
I know, ain't it?
That was Landon
I take
Dillich.
a week off, come
And
back.
Dillich, we talked about him earlier
Lord.
in the pregame.
We did talk about him earlier in the pregame. He averages 24 yards per reception. He's incredibly talented.
He is a deep weapon to look out for that secondary. But Johnson and gets sacked.
That's going to be about a 5-yard loss.
Gets smothered.
Now, here's the crazy thing. Me and Jayden talked about this before the game as we were going through stats, and we said, we were looking at the sack leaders in the region, and there was no Vikings on the sack leaders, and Jayden brought up, he goes, I don't think we've had a sack.
Nope, and that I believe will be our first sack of the season. I believe that was Zachary Brown.
First sack of the season. I'm trying to think of another time that there had to be a sack.
I really don't think so. I mean, we've watched all these games
I'll have to
personally.
think. I'll definitely have to see and think if we did, but I don't recall any sacks though either. Anyways, though, it is a first down, and this is looks like it was under through there for a second, and he is gone.
Wide open.
Finds an opening and is thrown down hard.
That was number 16, Odie Brandt.
Brandt is the wide receiver and defensive back.
He's a senior.
TJ Watkins made that tackle.
Wow.
But that is but those are the big plays we were talking about with Crown Point. You cannot let that stuff happen.
Yeah, he was all alone. There was nobody near him.
And that's why I said he was gone there for a bit, but luckily for Valparaiso, they were able to catch up to him.
I think that was still like a 20-plus yard reception.
And the handoff. And
they're going to try and move
after
him back.
about a couple yards, gets him down.
It looked like his O-line also tried to tackle him. Wow.
Gua Dagno,
the
running back. He's the running back.
Oh, Cadagno, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
That's his name. Something similar?
Close enough. That was a 2-yard rush by him.
He's got a hard name to pronounce.
I tried my best.
All right. We've seen J.J. Johnson.
Jayden, was that 22. The running back that was hurt? That Gagno or whatever his name is?
I thought we called him earlier, though.
I believe we did call him earlier. I don't know if
I know Jaden did.
Actually.
The line looked to move there earlier, though, and Valpo gets to him.
He scrambled for.
So it's a third down here coming up.
They sent that blitz, and he was running for his life there.
Well, he did escape the first. He did escape the first tackle, but after that, he did eventually get swallowed up.
I'm not sure if he was out.
Well, regardless, there's a number 20 on the field.
There definitely is. And his name is Bulldogs. We're learning.
We'll get it eventually.
I was going to mention.
So here, Valpo will have to get a stop here, absolutely.
That's a
And
deep
this
throw.
is
Drop.
underthrew.
Underthrown. I didn't mean to say dropped.
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't a real good pass at all.
So that was underthrown, and that only took that 4th and 7 with about 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
And I'll tell you, our cameras did an incredible job of catching 11 going back down the line. You see the frustration?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was just about to mention how J.J. Johnson is a D1 level player. So it's a good thing I didn't talk yet.
I think we'll let the we'll let the play finish the talking.
Save that embarrassment for me, Jaden.
All right, I'll try. Jokes aside, he's an incredibly talented player.
There's those voice cracks again.
Yeah.
So this is a timeout by Crown Point, their first of the night.
Yes. During this timeout, let's talk a little bit about the passing game.
Oh yeah, for both
Just
sides.
in total, yeah.
It seems like both
50-yard bomb.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have made like those long plays, those long
Absolutely.
passing plays that have changed the whole direction of the game.
Now, we've all seen the Vikings intro video. I think that pass is gonna get slipped in there eventually.
I think so. It's definitely
That was
worth
a nice
it too.
pass.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but we do have scores around the league presented by yours truly. Maryville is up 21-0 against LaPorte in the beginning of the second quarter.
Oh my.
Which is our opponent next week, correct?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
and we'll be at
Setting a good example.
Damari Stadium in Maryville.
Okay.
I would have never guessed.
No, that's right. That's right. That's
Maryville-
definitely right.
This is a tough little stretch for Valpo.
It really is. I mean, you got the Bulldogs and the Pirates away. That's going to be a really hard game for
Nobody
them.
in the league, nobody in the conference has a tougher schedule than these guys do over these next couple of weeks.
There's the 4th down here. Valpo needs to get a stop here. This pass is
Oh, he
dropped,
dropped it.
but a flag. And depending on who it's on,
Where's the flag? I
it'll
didn't see
lead
it.
to
this
a
could
first
determine.
Oh,
down.
there it is.
And it's against
Oh, he's calling defensive
Valparaiso.
holding.
Wow.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker
So
right
a
there.
big disappointment here for Valparaiso.
That's
It's definitely not something you want to do here.
yeah, definitely not. That's wow. Now this is the first team that I've seen with names on the back of their jersey.
I know a lot of the times
Fancy.
kind of a guess here, but for Crown Point, I suppose not.
I mean, I can't read this.
And
from
now
over here.
at the 25,
You guys can see it on stream though, but we're a little far.
I can see a little bit.
First down for Crown Point at 25. That's such an unfortunate break for the Valpo defense.
But for Crown Point, that is good for them as it moves the
Yeah.
chains.
I think honestly that was Valpo's chance at stopping this drive.
I mean, you know what?
no,
They
I
definitely did
absolutely
need to
agree.
get a stop there, but they just didn't. Johnson looking for the
Almost.
end zone, and it is
Dropped. He
Dropped.
dropped it. Incomplete.
nearly a touchdown caught, but good coverage by the Valparaiso defense.
Wow. That was, I believe that was number 33, and that might be Sammy Ampliotis. We've heard his name a few times throughout the year. That would be Xander Corning. Xander Corning, not Sammy Ampliotis. He's a left back.
He was covered by Tyler Verschure. And you see, we've seen Verschure cover a lot of players like that. That was number 16.
I thought it was number 33. My bad.
There's the snap. And then Johnson, their flag
There's a
is,
flag.
That's going to be holding on Crown Point right there.
and it'll move them
I
back
didn't see
about
it
5
personally,
yards.
but yep, holding against Crown Point. Wow, that was the fastest penalty I think we've seen all night.
And take your pick. Actually, two of them did the same guy.
Oh, wow.
A great job on our cameraman again. That's how I saw that play. Because like the guys said, it's incredibly hard up here without these monitors.
Absolutely.
If you're not looking at the monitors.
Yes. The camera people coming in clutch.
Yes.
Mostly camera women.
Yes.
This is true. Mostly camera women tonight. That is true.
So my apologies for earlier. They actually get pushed back 10 yards.
Second and 20.
it's
Well, I guess it
second-
was 2 holdings, 10 yards.
Yeah, 2nd and 20.
Double
here.
the treatment.
Well, regardless, Johnson finds the opening
Wow.
as his pass is caught and close to a first down. Not sure if he exactly got it.
That's going to be
No,
about
he's going to be
7-3.
about, I'd say about 2
A
yards
couple
short.
yards short. That's what
Yeah.
I was expecting.
Odie Brandt.
Yes.
Sam
We've seen him make a highlight play earlier.
Yeah. Wow.
So this is 3rd down and
That's not
3
even
here.
one of the
And
ones that we were
Valpo
mentioning.
absolutely needs to stop here.
Crown Point's been making a lot of the big passes that they've been making is off of that kind of extended slant route there, right off the line.
And another flag
What
here.
is this? I think
that might be-
2 of them.
That is going to be false
It's
start.
against
Yeah,
Crown
I was
Point.
just about
False
to say
start,
that.
which will be a 5-yard penalty and push them back.
And that's 3
Lot of
straight
penalties.
flags for Crown Point.
That was starting to look like, what was that, Hammond Central?
Hammond Central Wolves.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Chesterton from last week.
You know, and I was going to say earlier when we were talking about the sacks, the only one that I can think of would have been Hammond Central when they started passing to try and get back in the game, and they started having a lot of trouble. And but I don't remember a sack then. I had a whole lot of fumbles, but
and flags.
yes, and flags.
More flags than first downs,
This
as
is
mentioned.
true.
There's Johnson
He's going to roll out.
looking. He was pressured, and this is.
Dropped.
If he would have made that catch, it would have been.
Yeah.
It probably would have been the catch of the year. But regardless, does not, and it's a 4th down. So once again, Crown Point is looking at a 4th down situation.
What are we? So we're at.
We're here at a 4th down. At a 4th and 8 with 5:02 left. I mean, Rich, what do you think they're going to do here?
Well, I think they're going to call a timeout. Hey, look at that! I'm right.
And who would have thought? Anyhow, but
Who'd have saw that coming? I honestly, in this situation, Crown Point's been very versatile. They've been doing a lot of up the middle runs that haven't been getting them a lot. So my guess is, in a situation like this, you're looking at 4th and 8. So you're probably looking top of the field there. Look for that skinny slant route that I was talking about.
Yeah.
That's where they keep getting success. I don't know. They've been a little greedy. They keep extending it, trying to get that end zone pass that hasn't been working. They've missed, 3 of them now.
you know, I was about to say the same thing. I think definitely they're going to try to go for the end zone here. They're looking for a pass towards the end zone.
My guess is they're probably going to run a route to about if they're smart, they're going to run a route to about the 12, 13-yard line with that little skinny slant. Now, the way that they're lining up, my guess is it's going to be, is that 85 at the top? No, 80. I can't read that other number. Whoever is in the top spot there, I think it's going to be him.
Well, it's time to find out what they're going to do here on this 4th and 8.
And this place is rocking.
It's a crucial play here for Crown Point. This pass is caught and did not get it.
I was right.
Turnover on downs.
I was right on the receiver, but wrong on the route.
And regardless, it's Valparaiso ball.
That's a big play.
And the second turnover on downs, this time by Crown Point, and it's their first turnover of the game.
I'm really kind of shocked. That would have been a 40-yard field goal. And seeing the leg that Crown Point, that kicker had on the kickoffs, I'm really kind of shocked that they didn't go for that kick.
That was going to be my second option there too.
But let's see we got 4:55 left in this half. Let's see if Valpo can kind of shove this down their throat a little bit. If they can go into half up by at least 3, that's a huge moral victory for Valpo at this point.
As Clark will find an opening, and we'll only get about a couple there.
Yeah, I think he got about 2 on that one.
And remember that Crown Point does receive the ball in the second half because they did defer.
Yeah, so see, Valpo really needs to, they really need to get down the field here.
Absolutely.
And try and get on the board at least a little bit.
A touchdown is preferable, but 3
Right.
points is not bad though either. Regardless, it is better to be up against Crown Point than tied, or of course even down.
Absolutely.
So here's the second play of the drive, 2nd and 8. And here it is. And he has
There's
stopped.
nowhere to go there.
He was getting swarmed by Bulldogs and makes it 3rd down.
I think looks like he got back to the line, and that's about it.
Just couldn't find an opening. The offensive line had no answers for him, and he'll lose a yard there.
So do they look at that deep pass again here?
I think so.
A deep pass helped him a lot earlier in the game.
Trying to see.
If I'm Valpo, why not go for another deep pass?
I'm trying to see how Crown Point's going to line up here.
They like to have a lot of people standing.
They're bringing that safety. See, now they're pulling the safety back. I don't know if that deep ball is going to be open.
Well, we'll see what they'll do here. Clark
They're
is
going for
looking,
That's a
and
throw.
this pass is
Overthrown.
it was
Nowhere to
intended
go.
to Bradney,
Yep.
and just was overthrown, 4th down.
So they're going to have to kick here in the bottom. The problem is they're going to give Crown Point 3.5 minutes here.
And not only just with that, but with good field position.
Yep.
I mean, they'll pretty much already be in Valparaiso territory, assuming that he'll get about 20 yards here on this kickoff.
I mean,
return.
this is Cop we're talking about.
And looks like it's going to be a timeout,
Timeout
for
for-
Valpo.
Yes, Valpo. Their first of the half.
Wow, this is a game, guys.
Absolutely. I mean, these are the 2 top teams in the conference besides Maryville.
They're tied. I mean, Maryville's going to be 5-0 after this one.
Yeah, they're definitely handing it over right now to LaPorte.
Or
So
6-0.
So you're saying that
5 and
Maryville's
1.
going to win?
5-1. Huh?
Their
So you're
only
saying
loss.
that Maryville's going to win this game?
Maryville's up 21 now.
Can you guess what Maryville's only loss was to?
Valpo?
The Bulldogs.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the
They're
first
next.
game of the season, wasn't
That
it?
was the second game in that game was 48-40.
Second game? Yeah.
I believe the
Third
third
game of the
game.
season.
Third game because
Or
they
a
did play
2-win streak.
Hobart. They played Hobart in week 2. And then Hobart went 0-2 to begin their season. So that was the 3rd game of the season for them. But it was 48-40. Crown Point
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
made
close.
a comeback of the century against
Gotta
the
cover that
rival.
game. Is that going to be...
The official holding up stuff here. Okay, here we go.
That's an
a
aggressive...
big kick here. Oh,
I
that's
told
not
you,
a
we're
bad.
talking
That's
about
not a
Jackson
bad
Cobb.
kick.
And
That's not a
He
bad
did not
kick.
want to get tackled right there.
down at their own 47.
He nailed that instantly. He had 3 fully grown teenagers.
That was a very solid kick.
They were angry. Delich, for 11, we get to see amazing work by the camera crew again. I want to point that out. All student ran. Wow, that's a nice shot. All right, enough of me raving about our own program. Speaking of, the Friday show came out earlier today.
And yours truly hosted it.
And
Me and
put it
Jaden.
together.
I'd say it was
Enjoyed that SpongeBob
probably
music.
the host of the year.
So you guys,
Thus far?
so you guys have ironed out your differences.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not split up anymore.
Not anymore.
I wonder what that
Because I like a serious show. Wink, wink.
Oh, that's a delay of game on Crown Point.
Wow.
Wow.
4 penalties
Wow.
on them tonight.
How do you do that coming on a change of possession?
I don't know.
It did feel like an awfully long time without a play.
It did. Their controller must have died there.
Controller disconnected, yeah. It's going to be a loss of 10.
But regardless, they'll slip up there and lose even more yardage.
Jeez. Rough start for Crown Point. I think
Yeah,
we're going
this-
to lose about 2 more yards.
Yeah, this drive is not starting off so well for Crown Point here.
No. I'm sorry, that was a 5-yard loss.
I was going to say, it's a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, and then a 10-yard loss.
So let's look at some scores around the league presented by yours truly. Lake Central is ahead of Michigan City 14-7 in the second quarter.
Not bad.
So an interesting game over there as well.
Like Central was.
There's a wide open wide receiver down here. And
Timeout?
Valpo's going to call a timeout because somebody
point.
was missing that coverage.
Yeah, you can see
And
the.
that's Crown Point's last timeout of the half.
I believe that was about that time.
Was that a timeout by Crown Point?
It is.
Oh,
Wow.
that was
Yep. That was their last
I wonder
timeout
why
of
they
the
would
half.
call timeout there.
Because those of you that were watching on the screen, if you looked down here at the bottom of the screen, Crown Point had 2 wide receivers lined up. Valpo only had 1 defender on there. So the guy in the slot, which is that inside position, nobody was covering him.
Nope.
Crown Point lost -6 yards here thus far on a penalty and a loss of yardage on a rush.
Look at all those fans. They're going wild. My goodness.
It's
I know
home,
everybody
it's
in that
homecoming
crowd right
night here
there.
in Valparaiso. So this is definitely a game that they were looking forward to for a long time.
Now they have Valpo has a D1 O lineman. I'm surprised they don't put him more like on the D line as well, because he's an extremely talented defender. His name is Matt Hofer, which I think that they should give him some more
So
possessions.
Johnson
Wow,
was
almost
swarmed
deep.
there for a second. This is almost picked off.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Who would that have been by? 15. That would be Tyrese Morris.
Tyrese Morris.
He leads. He's very high up in the conference in interceptions.
That would have been
would've
a
been his
game
fourth.
changer.
Yes, it
That would have been
have.
his 4th.
That
of
would
the
have
season.
100% been a game changer. I mean,
Wow.
obviously,
That
Crown
was,
Point right now is not really looking too efficient here. I mean,
That was lucky. A lucky
all these
turn.
penalties being called now, and then the turnover on downs last time. I mean, I think Valparaiso's got Crown Point in a knot right now.
Tyrese Morris.
Look
he
at the
wants
confusion.
that.
Look at the confusion on Crown Point.
They're about to get delay a game again.
They are
They
looking
have 1 second to call
sloppy
play.
here.
Oh, just got it off.
Yes. Here comes 41.
It's another throw.
Got him
Oh,
there,
he's
but this
wide
pass
open.
is caught,
Wow.
gone, touchdown.
Wow.
And we were just talking about how Crown Point was getting sloppy, and
That's going to be Delich again.
Delich, we talked about him earlier here in the pregame.
6'5".
I honestly,
6'3".
I think that the confusion on Crown Point there and the frantic nature is what confused Valpo.
I think that
I think everyone
may have
didn't
just
even know
what
what
it
they were
been.
doing. They just wanted to get there. That's going to be a touchdown.
A
Wow.
50-plus
That's a turnaround.
yard passing touchdown.
That might be the.
And makes that
the game
13-7, 14 if he can make the extra point.
Yep, that might be the turning point of this game. We'll
It
see.
could be, and remember, Crown Point does get it to start the second half.
And throwing a deep pass like that, I mean, it's
Just the kick.
in that
This
situation,
is
it's fairly.
Good.
That's good, yeah.
14-7.
14-7.
In that
2.5
situation,
in
that's
the
the right
second
decision
quarter.
to throw that pass, but after it almost got intercepted.
Yeah, no, that was gutsy. There was definitely confusion. I really
mean-
don't think they were doing it on purpose.
They had to do something, though. They were going to get delay a game.
I mean, that was the 3rd and 16.
Yeah, and they got a touchdown off of it, and they pulled it off with 1 second left
That was just
on the game clock. That was just a crazy play overall. Wow.
Johnson
My.
was about to get sacked by Pavlu, number 41, the
Yeah,
linebacker,
JJ was about to get sacked.
and just got it off on time.
And, I mean, at that point, that's just.
If I'm Valpo, we're scoring the touchdown now to end the half. There's no more 3 points. It's got to be a touchdown here.
Back ready for the reception. Rocco Machichi. Sorry. Scotty Bradney and Thomas Berta. I forgot Berta's name for a second there. That's who's wanting this reception. Usually we see Tyler Verschure back there.
Yeah.
He's a speed demon, and I'm surprised he's not back there. Maybe he's not playing tonight.
Well, Valpo does have 2 timeouts still, and still 2:29 left on their side. Looking to score at least one more time before the half.
Matter of fact, I don't see Tyler Verschure.
It's a squib kick
At all.
there. And Berta will pick it up. And we'll find it open there for a second down around the 30.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So this is where the new drive starts. Flag is thrown, though.
Oh, wow. That's a late
Oh,
flag.
wait, that's a crazy spot for it, too.
The
What did I
ref, the
miss?
ref was there by the Valpo sideline. Something must have been said.
Nate Thawk, you just said. What's that flag for?
See the Valpo coach kind of questioning what went wrong there,
Maybe.
but
Huh.
That ref was by the Valpo.
Somebody had to have said something.
It had to be because that ref was right next to that
really crazy spot.
Valpo sideline. And as Jaden says every game, a sea of green.
Yeah, he was standing next to that sea of green.
They're moving their chains up. That's a Crown Point penalty.
Oh, really?
That's very interesting if it's against them, too.
Look where they're moving the chains to.
And
That's
it is against
I was to say that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, whatever it was.
Wow. You see the cheerleaders, look how happy they are.
and it's no way it's the kick, I mean.
What was that?
That kick didn't go out of bounds or anything. It was a squib kick, and they're going to get moved all the way up to the 43-yard line.
It was to the opposite side of the field that he ran. So it had to have been something down here where, I don't know, did two players get into it?
I don't know, but regardless, it's really good for Valpo.
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
It gives them solid field position to start off.
Definitely.
Ball snap. Clark looking there for a second, but now he's just going to trip up.
Nowhere to go.
Loses yards on that rush.
He lost vision of, I believe that's 88.
He also got tripped up there.
88 there was nobody on 88. He was down near the 30. Nobody was even near him.
So he will lose 2 or 3 yards.
Sorry, on
that play.
30. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-yard loss.
From Bradney. And Clark.
Good run.
Clark did that spin there for a moment.
That's going to be about a 6-yard gain. Maybe
It'll
7.
be third down here coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be probably end up being, oh my God, probably going to end up being 3rd and 8, maybe 3rd and 7.
Don't forget the halftime show is coming up.
Yeah, you'll
see the Vikettes and the homecoming stuff.
I was going to say maybe some homecoming stuff.
Yes. Stay tuned if you're interested.
It's a throw.
As for this, it's caught by Berta.
Nowhere to go.
Berta's not going anywhere.
Really nice coverage, and
Berta's down. And 67 just threw him down there. He did not like that at all. Protecting his rushing back.
He's a big dude.
He's protecting his own player. I really don't blame him for that one.
Isaac Schutema.
Well, he probably
6'4".
He probably should have not have done that. So.
You tried. It's A for effort.
I'll give it to me.
You'll give it to you?
Yes.
4th and 7. It looks like Valpo's going to run this down and just let it go.
I mean,
they only got 5 seconds left on the clock.
He's going to take the penalty here and then kick it off. Punt it. Oh, he's going to call timeout to save the penalty.
Might go on it here. Might go for it here.
Honestly, they might go for it.
I don't see him going for it. If he was going to go for it, he wouldn't have ran down the clock like that, just in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because if he was going to go for
you don't want to give Crown Point any time, or at least the least amount of time, even if you do go for it here.
But if you're going for it, you're thinking that you're going to get it, and you don't want to waste. He just pulled what, 15, 20 seconds off that clock?
That's true. I think he's probably just telling them he wants to hold it.
Yeah. No, if I'm him, I'm probably kicking it out of bounds. So they don't have the opportunity to return it.
It didn't look like he was talking to the special teams, though. Yeah, he was. I see Cop walking out. Yep, they're going to punt it.
Yeah, no, if I'm him, I'm looking to...
And that's a smart play because let's just say you don't get it here. Then what?
Look at the
all of a sudden you're looking at Crown
Point. Put it right through the uprights
chance.
on the cheerleaders. That would have worked.
Yeah. I could never be a cheerleader. That would... I'd probably find a way to fall, yeah. I'd break a hip or something.
It's halftime for the Pirates and Slicers, and the Pirates are up 28-0. Really good kick here.
That's a good kick.
Catch it. Oh,
they won't.
Just barely. Almost would have had it down inside
near the
5.
one. Yep.
Wow, that would have been...
With 30.8 seconds left, there'll be a touchback for the Bulldogs.
So you're going to watch this first play here. You're going to really pay attention to how Crown Point lines up here. We'll see if they split out wide. If they split out with 3 wide, they may be looking for one more hit before halftime.
He just might.
So here comes the Crown Point offense, looking to possibly get something one more time. 30 seconds left.
Nah, they're going to line up in that jumbo set.
Smart. That is smart.
Yep. They're just going to take a knee. Looking at the one guy back, one guy's back there for safety. Yep.
And he will kneel it, and that
That's
will
gonna
pretty much
happen.
take us to half.
That's going to take us to
What an
halftime.
interesting half here by both sides. I mean, Valpo's down right now, but they still got a lot more time here to play.
I mean, definitely, but I mean, come on. They played a rough first half. And
Yeah,
not in a
they
good
were
way.
pretty rough, but you know what? They still got a whole nother half. But just
true.
don't
A little
forget, though,
sloppy.
that Crown Point also does get the ball back in the second half. So that'll take us to halftime, 14-7. We'll see you back in the third quarter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Valparaiso High School Student Council would like to welcome you to the 2022 Homecoming Halftime Show. Prior to this evening's game, the 2022 Viking Homecoming Parade took place on Campbell Street. We had close to 30 participants from multiple schools, VHS, TJ Middle School, Cook's Corner Elementary, Northview Elementary, and Memorial Elementary, that all showed tremendous school spirit. A special thank you to our mayor, Matt Murphy, our city council members, and our school board members for coming out and showing their Viking pride. A big thank you to our police officers and school resource officers who assisted with the parade. The student council also hosted tonight's tailgate. We would like to thank the many vendors who participated, including Big D's Food Truck, the Lunchbox, Kona Ice, Toothache Bakery, Elite Photo Booth, Breakaway Entertainment, and our fantastic custodial staff for helping to make everything run smoothly. We would like to thank all of our VCS teachers for supporting the Homecoming Week festivities. A very special thank you to our club and class sponsors. We appreciate all that you do for our students. We'd like to give a special shout out to the flower cart for the Queen Candidate flowers and to Mark Bender Jeweler for the generous gifts for our Homecoming Court members. Tonight we're excited to have the 2021 Homecoming King, Patrick Grogan, and 2021 Homecoming Queen, Sophia Jamie, in attendance. At this time, we would like to direct your attention to the 50-yard line. Valparaiso High School proudly presents the 2022 Homecoming Court. The first member of the court is senior Evelina Lawley. She is the daughter of Dana Lawley Dixon and granddaughters to Kathy and David Butterfield. A fun fact about Evelina is that she showed a dog at the Westminster Dog Show in New York. Evelina is a member of the Varsity Singers, Concert Choir, History Club, Peer Tutoring, Girl Scouts, and National Honor Society. She is the secretary of the Drama Club, president of her 4-H club, and on the varsity bowling team. Evelina plans on studying neuroscience and behavior in order to pursue a career working with animal cognition. Emilia is escorted by senior Connor Odell. Connor Odell is the son of Amy and Jason Odell. A fun fact about Connor is that he has had 14 years of dance training. Connor is a choreographer for the Varsity Singers, president of the concert choir, the vice president of the drama club. You can see Connor and Emilia in the VHS play Comedy of Terrible Errors the weekend before Thanksgiving. The second member of the court is senior Leah Riberty. She's the daughter of Kane and Mark Riberty. A fun fact about Leah is that she is the 2022 Girls Golf Individual Sectional Champion. Leah participates in varsity golf, Girl Scouts. She is the student body president for the VHS Student Council, a member of Viking Nation, Hope Club, Team League, DECA, Student Athletic Advisory Council representative, National Honor Society Service Project coordinator, and a VHS Coffee House barista. Leah plans on attending a direct admission physical therapy school and work as a physical therapist in a children's hospital. Leah is being escorted by senior Nathan McCullough. Nathan McCullough is the son of Melissa and Brian Garner. A fun fact about Nate is that he is the biggest Disney World fan. Nate participates in Unified Basketball, Unified Track, Unified Flag Football, and the Hope Club. Nate's future plans are to work on being as independent as possible with the help of his favorite teachers, Miss Lawrence and Mrs. Morales. The third member of the court is senior Ramaya Hall. She is the daughter of Renee Ricardo Hall. A fun fact about Ramaya is she is allergic to peanuts. Ramaya is on the track team in SAAC and is in National Honor Society. Ramaya plans on going to IU for psychology. Ramaya is escorted by Cameron Hosek. Cameron Hosek is the son of Catherine and Chad Hosek. Fun fact, Ramaya and Cameron were student council president and vice president together in elementary school. Cameron is an educational board member of UNICEF, co-president of the Spanish Club, council member of the Human Resources Advisory Council, Spanish Olympiad, National Honor Society Student Council, and in the American Sign Language Club. He works for the Valparaiso Parks Department and at Board and Brush. Cameron plans to study Spanish and biology during college before going on to study medicine. The fourth member of the court is senior Audrey Smith. She's the daughter of Joanna and Tyler Smith. Audrey enjoys being outside, playing cards, and spending time with her family and friends. Audrey participates in cross-country, BNC Summit Ministries, UNICEF, Urban Awareness Club, and Project 7. Audrey plans on going to college to study environmental science. Audrey is escorted by Nicholas Samarja. Nicholas Samarja is the son of Stephanie and Sam Samarja. Fun fact about Nicholas, he has gone on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland at least 500 times. Nicholas participates in Unified Basketball, Unified Track, Unified Flag Football, Unified Bowling, Special Olympics Bowling, and the Hope Club. After high school, Nicholas plans on traveling and participating in Special Olympics. The fifth members of the court are seniors Alexis Coburg and Fiorella Cespedes. Alexis Coburg is the daughter of Michelle and Chuck Harris. Fun fact about Alexis, she has a hamster named Nipsey. Alexis is a member of the VHS girls golf team and is the varsity boys basketball manager. She participates in Green Club, National Honor Society, Student Council, and Unified Sports. Alexis' future plans are to go to Purdue and study actuarial sciences and would like to be a statistician for a major company. Alexis' dream job is to work for NASA. Fiorella Cespedes is the daughter of Patricia and Robert Cespedes. A fun fact about Fiorella is that she cannot play volleyball. Fiorella loves musicals, and she graduated from an 8th grade class of 19 students. She's on the BHS soccer team, Valpo Girls Swimming, in orchestra, a member of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and is co-president of the Cultural Dance Club. She plans on studying chemistry as well as other science-related fields in college and helps to work as a lab scientist. Alexis Coburg and Fiorella Cespedes are escorted by senior Luke Riberty. Luke Riberty is the son of Kay and Mark Riberty. A fun fact about Luke is that he can play the guitar behind his head. Luke is an active member of varsity soccer, student council, National Honor Society, and Viking Nation. Luke's future plans are to play soccer in college and study computer engineering or robotics engineering. Please give this year's court a round of applause. And now the moment we've all been waiting for, the announcement of our king and queen. May I have a drum roll, please? Our 2022 Valparaiso High School homecoming king is Luke Riberty. Congratulations, Luke. Before we announce our queen, our previous queen, Sophia Jamie, will hand each of the girls a flower wrapped in tissue paper. She evidently already did that. On the count of 3, the girls will open the flowers. The girl who receives the Viking green flower will then be crowned the homecoming queen, who will join our king. Drum roll, please. Okay, ladies, on the count of 3, you will unwrap your flowers. 1, 2, 3. The 2022 homecoming queen is Ramaya Hall. Congratulations to our king and queen and to an outstanding homecoming court.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the next portion of our halftime homecoming activities. Music performance will be presented by the Valparaiso High School Band under the field direction of band directors Ms. Andrea Kessler, Ms. Sarah DeRossi, and student drum majors Angela Matthews, Gabby Green, and Margot Berner. We are also joined this time by our Biquette dance team. Tonight, the VHS Band and Biquette honor their senior members. For their many years of service to Valparaiso Athletics through their gift of dancing and music. We honor the following seniors. Our Vikette, Brianna Witten. VHN band members, Emily Lechevsky, Alexis Laney, Nathaniel Malkow, Avery Thompson, Michaela Albertson, Gabe Whitstein, Emily Ogren, Angela Matthews, Aubrey Brown, Katie Whitburn, Kristen Bukata, Tobin Delaney, TJ Cade, Emmett Middles, Noah Bachman, Graham Gibson, Theo Metley, Olivia Lozano, Elias Eisman, Audrey Berwal, and Trevor Gonzalez. Please, let's give our seniors a hand. Tonight, the performance, they'll be playing an arrangement of Toxic.
Welcome back to the second half here of action. Getting ready as Crown Point will get the ball back here, and what a first half that was. I mean, all around 14-7. Crown Point's only up by a touchdown, but it definitely feels close.
Definitely. And as you guys saw, homecoming king and queen.
Congratulations.
Or is it
to
prince
the two.
and princess? Because homecoming and not prom.
Well, either way, congratulations to the two. What a good moment for them.
Yeah. I heard
I
that.
definitely think it's homecoming king and queen. I do believe so.
But the corniness.
Well, but you know what? Can I really give a quick shout out for those of you that stuck around and didn't go get your pretzels and your drinks and stuck around and watched the halftime? Can I give a little shout out to our for I guess not little because we've done it a couple times tonight. Our crew is on fire tonight. That was some really great shots of the homecoming court, and
I mean, even this shot right here.
I was to say what got me interested there. So, anyways, so what are we looking at for who's your players of the half?
Thomas Berta.
Berta, yep,
For
absolutely.
the Vikings. For the Vikings
offense, absolutely Berta. I mean, Berta's really taken over for
Disagree. Scotty
Travis
Bradney.
Davis. All right, that's another good player.
50-yard reception, leading to two 15-plus yard rushes.
I'm still going to go with Berta, only because he does have more yardage and he has made more of an effect so far.
Also, again, the score going into the half is 14-7 Crown Point.
And Crown Point does get the ball to start off the second half,
Yes.
as they did defer it earlier.
And speaking of Berta, he had 104 yards last game, no touchdowns. But Travis Davis, before he went down with an injury late in the third quarter, which is why you haven't seen him today, he had 87 yards on 11 carries and 2 touchdowns. He played an incredible game before he was injured. But even before he got injured, they were letting Berta get a lot of minutes.
Yes. So let's look at the score summary presented by yours truly. It all started off with a 25-yard rushing touchdown by J.J. Johnson, then led by the Valparaiso touchdown by Justin Clark, and then the touchdown, the 50-yard long passing touchdown by J.J. Johnson that led to them being up 14-7.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an incredible half so far for both sides. Valpo's really hoping to turn it around quick here, though. They need a touchdown like immediately.
They absolutely do, and since they don't get the ball to start off, it's going to be a little difficult. But with this Valpo defense being strong, anything's possible.
I mean, not starting the half off with the ball. I'm pretty sure every other game that we've watched, they've deferred and got the ball in the second half.
Yeah, so this is a little more different this time around, but especially being down. We have not seen Valpo down in a lot of these games, except for week 1, but.
Yeah, week 1 was a 35-0 loss.
I mean, you're talking about week 1, compared to week 6 now.
It was a 35-0 loss. And then
35-6.
in the next 35-6.
That's the only lone rushing touchdown was by Ian Wilson.
My apologies.
And then the extra point
And
by
then
Kopp.
As we start this third quarter, for those of you that are watching, we are going to have a very special guest come in
Yes.
as a guest commentator, and you're going to watch these guys kind of get real nervous real quick because the big man is coming in. We are going to have a special guest. Ethan, you want to say who it is?
My PC3 friends know exactly who he is as he runs Porter County. As
Career
the
and
second
technical
half
center.
begins, who else but Mr.
Give me a
Franks?
touchback. Oh, my bad.
So that will be a
It will be Mr. Franks, by the way, that we're
yes,
interviewing.
Mr. Franks, as I just said, but yes.
Yep, Mr. Chad Franks, the principal of Porter County Career Center.
And he's not one of those scary principals. He's the definition of principal.
Exactly.
Yes.
I
Fun
love what
guy.
you just did right there.
I just
He is like your friend at that point. He'll do anything to make you happy, and I really appreciate him being here.
a good guy. Every day he stands outside and waves hello to everyone.
Yeah, and every
they
morning
come
it's
in.
always a good morning, and sometimes that brightens up my day.
Well, and the funny thing is they're saying this and he's not in the room yet. They're wasting all these compliments and he's not even here yet.
I know.
Listen.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
here he comes.
And he's approaching
the
us.
man himself.
But here's the first down, though,
Here's
first,
the
before we
first
get to
down.
that. Here's
First
the
and
first
10.
play of the half.
Run by J.J. Watkins.
Johnson
my bad.
gets a couple of yards there. And here he is, the man himself, Chad Franks.
He's coming
Hello.
on the mic. You got to give him a second. Hello, Mr. Franks.
But he
Now
is
I
here.
can talk? Okay, there
Yes.
we go. I don't know.
How's it going?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. You enjoying the game?
Going pretty
I
good.
am.
We were just talking about you.
We were talking about how awesome you really are.
Yeah, about your good mornings.
Yes, your good mornings always brighten up our day.
Well, thank you. I try to do my best.
How much do you know about football?
Very little.
You know what a touchdown is?
I do. It
More like,
means that,
do you know a Valparaiso touchdown?
I don't see very many of those.
Not tonight. No,
Well,
we
not
don't.
tonight at least.
Do you know what an incredible run looks like? Because number 20 just showed us.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those this evening.
Yeah.
They've
See
been
that
allowing
50-yard pass?
they've been allowing those long rushing yards there. I mean, in those plays, something they got to
Absolutely.
fix here.
It's been a good game to be able to watch.
Guadagno, the running back.
We definitely expected a good game. I mean, some of us expected a blowout.
So here it is. Johnson has a run up the middle, and he is gone. Look at that. Gets
My.
tripped up, but he would have been gone. And look at him. He's just like, had I not get tripped up, I would have had the touchdown there. Johnson leads the pack, moves the chains, first down, Crown Point.
How does it feel to be the principal of so many enthusiastic students? I know a lot of principals don't get to feel that.
But being the principal of the Career Center, where I get to work with all the students from all of the Porter County schools, is a pretty cool opportunity, and I love doing what I do.
And
Tommy G got about 7 yards there.
here at PC3 Media, the radio and TV part of Porter County Career and Technical Center, we like to get Mr. Franks involved in our segments, if you haven't noticed.
They very much do, and I honestly love being part of all of our programs and get involved as best as I can to be able to help everybody learn.
And I can tell you have a lot of fun watching them, too. I mean, I've seen you laugh countless times at our stupidity, but hey.
There's no
We appreciate
stupidity, Ethan. It's all fun and learning. Absolutely.
Stupid creativity.
Let me correct myself right
There we go. Stupid creativity. I like
There it
that,
is.
Jaden. There we go.
How was that exercise segment?
Rough. Yeah, that wasn't fun.
So he gets only about 2 yards there. It's 3rd down and 3. So,
Do you think they're going to convert? They're going to make it to the first down?
Hey, you know that?
well,
Terminology.
hey, look at that. You're learning. You're getting it.
Every once in a while I can pull something out.
And, well, here it is. Here's
Almost
a
could
rush.
stop short. Oh,
And he's going to.
somebody's got to bring him
He's
down.
going to get it. First down.
Will that be a first down?
I doubt it.
Doubt it. I don't think that is a first down. We might have an injury on the field, too.
Wasn't it last week when
Just a
you guys
dog
were
fight.
trying to wager and figure out how this was going to go?
Well, last week I couldn't see, and I kept making bad calls.
Yeah.
Fourth and short.
That's not going to be
It
the
is
first down.
fourth.
That's going to be inches.
That's right. 4th down and inches. We all have our
Cheerleaders.
bad calls here.
My,
All often. I mean,
I couldn't do those. Break it down.
I break
Break
my
it.
neck. I
Yeah.
break my neck on the spot.
It's a good thing paramedics are here to be able
All
to
right.
help you with
True.
that.
Well, they're going to find out if it was a first down here.
Oh, they're going to
As
measure.
it was really close. I'm telling you guys, it did look like a first down, but and we'll see what the call is here. Really close. It looked really close, but
I don't think so.
No, it's going to be
it's
just.
right there. It's
millimeters.
right there.
He said, yeah, number 47. He's hyped for it. Now, you have to imagine, Jennings was talking about this earlier. Do you think they're going to go shock and run this time? Because that's what Valpo did, and it did not work out.
This is very close here.
How'd you feel about the halftime performance, Mr. Franks?
It was pretty good. I was enjoying the homecoming court and being able to celebrate our students and how well they're doing. And
What do you think about the king and queen, huh?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, I don't know either one of them, so I
neither
wasn't,
one.
voting for one over the other. But
I go here. I didn't know either.
that's not good.
Gotta get with the times. Apparently, oh my.
I would have been a little more partial had they been career center
So
kiddos.
this is
true.
indeed 4th down and inches here.
You probably know all of them personally.
I
So
tried.
this is a very crucial play here for Crown Point. Valpo needs to get the stop there. And he will not.
Ooh,
Breaks out of more and gets into
My.
the red zone for
he's
the
a little
first. Johnson.
excited about the fact that he was able to do that.
was just a little bit.
Well, that was a really gutsy play as well.
It was.
Going up against the Valpo D-line like that. But he's been able to run over them.
Yeah, have you seen him run tonight? He's fast.
Absolutely.
Pulling
It's almost as,
Lamar Jackson-like plays.
almost as fast as you were on that exercise bike.
Wow, Jaden. Wow.
Yeah, that's a compliment. He was fast on it.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
Someone had to
but
say
I
that.
wasn't. I wasn't fast at all.
But that you were, though.
A for effort.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That won't be a first down.
It'll be second and 6.
Let's go about the press box.
Or second and 4.
Skokes?
2nd and 4.
So, Franks, I got a very interesting question for you.
Okay.
So, we want to learn more about your teaching background.
Okay.
Yes. So, tell us more about that.
So before I came to the Career Center, I spent about 20 years in the classroom. I was anywhere between elementary education to middle school. Most of those were spent doing special education, working with students with special needs. I started my career in 3rd through 5th grade, moved on to 2nd grade, then dealt with middle schoolers for most of that, and then before coming to the Career Center, I was at an elementary school working with students kindergarten through 2nd grade.
Our elementary school kids nowadays.
Yes.
I love them. I love them. They are my heart and my passion, so it's always a good time. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for it, but I enjoy it. But I also love my juniors and seniors that I work with at the high school.
Yes.
You better, because
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, what about us at PCC?
I love you guys. You know that.
And that reminds me to tell you, I mean, we have a blast at PCC, and we're so grateful that we were there in the first place.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to have you.
I got to do the announcements this week.
And I did the announcements about 3 weeks ago.
Absolutely, and you both did a fantastic job.
I mean, by day 3, I pretty much got it. I mean,
Absolutely.
Thankfully, my first day ever doing it, he made me do a skit.
Yeah, Jaden got the short straw and had to do something with me at the same time.
Here's a rush here by Johnson.
got
and
slammed.
Gets a couple there.
But he does get the first yard.
Yes,
First
it'll be
down.
1st and goal.
Uh-oh.
It's not bueno.
We can't let them score again.
You don't want to. Mr. Franks talks like he's for one side, but he's a Portage guy.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
Portage guy. I'm not really supposed to root for either team, but, well, there's that.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 1 here.
Oh, a 3rd and 1. He didn't.
And this time will be 1st and goal.
Ah. The score is 14-7. Crown Point up.
With 7:57 left in the 4th quarter.
Isn't a 757 on airplane?
It is.
I don't know why that came out, but it just was that moment where I thought
it just did.
happened.
It isn't. I forgot what I was going to say.
Are they going to score?
Hey, you know what? That happens to the best of us.
I don't
Oh,
think-
really.
So
I
here
don't think they're
comes
going to score.
the red zone. And Johnson finds the opening, gets in
Hey,
for the Bulldog
Every
touchdown.
time someone.
Touchdown Johnson, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night, and the Bulldogs up now by 2 possessions.
Every time someone doubts the Bulldogs, they just show them what's up.
I may have been wrong. I don't like being wrong, but well, I am human. It happens.
I'm wrong all the time.
I've made a couple calls tonight that's not been right, but you know what?
I mean,
It is what it is.
I thought that was a first down.
He's got to recover from those. But we all have fun here.
Comes
It's true.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So here's the extra point. The extra point by Bishop. This one was blocked, but flag was already called
Oh,
there.
okay.
Becker kind of did a little backwards cartwheel.
32.
It was offsides against the Vikings, so
Oh, wow. Really?
they moved closer, and maybe they can think about going for 2 here, but they won't.
You sure?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean,
In case Valparaiso pulls a play, and because we saw the block there even when it didn't count, so
look how happy
it
the
means they're ready.
cheerleaders are.
They have pride in their Vikings, just like everybody else does here, except for the Crown Point side.
So,
Another flag? Did we miss something?
name one.
Looks like a substitution.
I'm so
They might
very
go for a
confused.
2-point.
And it looks like they might even go for it here.
Yeah, they are. Wow.
And it looks like they are.
It's a surprising play.
And I called it there.
Just 2 slices.
I'm not too surprised. Let's split it. Me and you.
Yeah, Franks doesn't
and,
get me.
and Mr. Franks.
Oh,
Look at that.
my goodness.
There
Gets
you
down just
go.
like that.
Jonah
Smother.
Kyle.
And that's exactly what I was talking about.
Yep, that's Jonah Kyle, our defensive player to look out
Kyle
for tonight.
leading the pack.
Fans are definitely excited about that one.
And that's why I said don't go for it on second down, or for the 2-point conversion, because otherwise Valpo would stop you like that. They're
There you
still
go.
quick.
Spreading the love out here tonight.
Absolutely.
And apparently the hate. that was a
We're
tough.
equal opportunity. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Yes.
Everyone gets a little bit of love and a little bit of hate.
Absolutely.
How was I know that teaching special needs kids isn't usually someone's first choice, but was it very gratifying?
Absolutely. It's a situation where everybody has the opportunity to learn, and sometimes each day is brand new and totally different, and everything's a challenge, but one day is totally different from the next, and yeah, very gratifying and very amazing to be able to do.
So we have Bradney, Rakamochichi, and Berta looking to get this kickoff.
I think. Oh, without Travis Davis, of course. That man's a bullet. You got to see Travis Davis yesterday, or last week.
So, Mr. Franks, I got one more question before you head off.
Okay.
How do you like working for PCC? How do you like being the head of PCC?
I love it. My students are outstanding. My staff is outstanding. And I love being able to watch all of my students grow from the beginning of the year to the end of the year and see how outstanding they do. And part of the reason why I'm here tonight is to be able to support my students in what they're doing.
Grow physically or mentally?
Yes.
Okay.
Just yes. I love that.
And they know that, Mr. Franks likes food, and so he grows physically as well. But, that's a totally different situation.
Like what I said earlier, happens to the best of us.
Absolutely.
So that kick out of bounds now puts them at the 35-yard line, and
Run.
Clark found an opening, gets a gain about 8.
Yeah, it's going to be about 8. His head was almost first down.
So yes, Crown Point's now up 20-7 after a touchdown by J.J. Johnson.
Yeah, another touchdown. That's a rough. I forgot that they messed up on the 2-point conversion. I don't know how I could. That tackle was very memorable. But down 2 possessions, that's really rough.
It is rough. It'll be interesting to see how they do.
There's
Another flag.
there.
It might be holding on Valpo defense. Or not Valpo defense.
Crown Point.
Defense. That's what it looked like to me.
All right, Franks. Well, we really appreciate you being here tonight, and we hope to talk to you here another time.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, gentlemen.
No problem.
Have an amazing night.
You too.
We really appreciate you.
Now we'll get our
Rich back.
yeah, our other best friend,
Yes.
Rich Jennings. Great commentator. As we're excited to get back to some more Valpo football.
And here comes the man himself, Rich Jennings, back on the mic.
Okay, I'm back.
So a flag was called here against Valpo.
Hopefully I didn't lose my job while I was gone.
Debatable. So it is against Valpo. They'll go back about 5 yards.
2nd and 11 for the Vikings.
Or 10 yards there and make that second and 11 here. Clark has all the time in the world, and this pass is. It looked like a defensive interference there for a second there.
I think
That was intended for Julian Stokes.
I think the Valpo offensive player was trying to make it look a lot worse than it was. As he turned for the ball, you could see him kind of push into the defender.
Yeah.
A bit there.
A couple fans were questioning it as well. A couple fans were questioning the call. They get none. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 here.
Yep. Yeah. Now,
So this is a very crucial play here for Valpo. See what happens
Yes,
here?
it is.
Not back to
About to get
pass.
swarmed there. Escapes out of that
Deep
pressure.
long
Here's the
pass.
pass, and it
Overthrown,
is
and it's
picked
intercepted.
off. Picked off on the play. Crosses over a man. Finds an opening. Still on his feet. And then gets smothered.
That's a big hit.
Yeah, he's up though.
Scotty Bradney having another, coming up big there with the hit.
I don't know if I should say it yet, but that looked like smother chicken.
That's his catchphrase outside of here.
It is what it is.
It was going to come back eventually.
It's a rough interception. Honestly, I think that might be the play that throws the game.
I think so, and that might have just been the game-deciding play.
I honestly think
dagger.
the drive before
I mean,
half.
we do have plenty of time, but
Could be.
I mean, Valpo
No, I honestly
keeps
think
making
Jaden.
offensively mistakes.
I think Jaden called it earlier. I think that drive before half is what's going to be that dagger.
Right. If not, it already has happened.
Yeah, because now they're down 2 whole possessions.
Here it is.
He stopped before he can even get to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss.
Lost about 1.
Yeah.
I mean, Valpo's still fighting. Don't get me wrong. But
Oh, yes. But Valpo, I mean, you're down by 2 possessions. You still have plenty of time. It's not like it's the 4th quarter, but you got to play smart ball now. You gotta trick the Crown Point defenders and stop the offense, especially Johnson.
Yeah.
He has been a menace to society here.
Reminder, it is still 20-7 with 6 minutes
there's only
left in the
10
third
seconds
quarter.
left on this play clock here.
And they should be okay.
They got set in time. All right.
Here's Johnson on another run. Johnson got an opening, and Johnson continues to slice and dice this
kinda
D-line rushing
The tackle
offense.
looked a little,
And he moves the chains for a first down.
wow. He's such a,
Johnson's
he's
coming up
limping.
again.
It doesn't look too serious, thankfully.
That is
But losing him is probably the worst thing
that
you
is
can have.
big for Crown Point if
He's
they
their
somehow lose him.
Wow, he's their best passer
That
and runner.
he is the star
Hopefully
of the
that's-
team.
Yeah, hopefully that's
Star
a
of
very,
the
very
show.
minor injury. Probably just a bruise. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, hopefully for Crown Point though, he's okay.
Yeah. All right, and here
Coming
comes
in
the snap.
is Logan Hatt, the sophomore, and Hatt's first pass is
Look
caught.
at that. They passed right
And
off
look
the
at
bat.
that,
That is a pass.
Landon Delich.
Yeah,
And
Delich.
he had that touchdown from earlier.
He's played an incredible game.
And Kelly had the interception from earlier. Jalen Kelly. That was the
another,
interception from earlier.
Tyler Verschure, we finally heard his name for the first time tonight. I was talking about him
We really
earlier. I was like,
haven't
I
been
couldn't
hearing
see
a lot
him
of him
down there in that
except
sea of
for-
green. It was just yet another wave.
He did have a play early on, but that's pretty much it.
Did he? I didn't hear that.
Remember when we both had him confused? You thought it was one player. I thought it was Tyler Verschure.
You're right.
I swore I saw 16. But whatever the case was, it happened.
And there's a
Someone
flag
moved too
immediately.
soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Someone
I think
did
it's,
move too soon.
I think that might be on 72 for Crown Point.
Yep.
And that will be.
Yep, it's definitely on Crown Point.
Jurig? And I hate these.
Sounds about right.
I hate these
I don't
ones.
know, but
That's a fast
you
penalty.
look at a couple of these guys on
Legal procedure.
You look at a couple of these guys on this Crown Point offensive line, and you forget that you're watching high school.
Yeah.
Seriously.
72 is, I mean, he looks about as big as me. And
He's got to be at least 6'4".
And
yeah.
I am not a small guy.
Jennings here is the giant. Gentle giant.
A gentle, yes. I love that.
It's going to be a 5-yard loss.
Let's look at scores
Yeah,
around the league
false
presented by
starts
yours
are
truly. It's 34-3, the Pirates against the Slicers. As here's his long pass, and it is dropped.
Wow.
He was surrounded by.
Oh, he's up. Okay.
Oh,
Now they're both kind of getting up lane here.
He's okay. Maybe just a little shaken up.
Tyrus
Look at that
Morris
crowd.
was right there.
Look at all that green. Now that's a sea of green.
The
My
sea
goodness.
of green. I love
The
when you say
whole
that.
stands.
This Valpo crowd is.
Scores.
The crowd is looking for an answer here, and so is Valpo.
Again, 34-3, Maryville up against LaPorte. My good friend Ethan here just said. That's going to be 2nd and 15 for the Bulldogs on the right side of your screen.
So Johnson is back in
What a crafty run. Wow.
and went through that D-line like it was nothing.
That's what I thought. 72 is as big as me.
How tall is he?
He's 6'6", 325 pounds.
Dude.
He's actually got me by 50 pounds.
Oh, my.
Wow.
He's a
Same
big
height.
man.
Same height as me, but he's got me by 50 pounds. Holy moly. That's actually, believe it or not, that's 8 pounds
Ball
off the
snapped is Johnson
If he
getting
gets sacked
swarmed,
right
and this one is
caught, but he's out of
Just
bounds.
He's out of bounds.
bit out of bounds.
incomplete.
He is, believe it or not,
Fourth down.
72 on Crown Point is actually 8 pounds off from the Bears starting center.
Wow.
The Bears starting center, Sam Mustapher, is like 332 pounds.
And he's
And
bigger.
actually, I think he's shorter. I think he's like
Wow.
6'2 or 6'3.
That's crazy. What's in the water?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man. I mean, honestly, O-line and D-line for both teams are extremely
Oh, they are. They're,
They really are. And there's the
Oh,
quarterback
it's a pooch
with the
kick.
punt.
ooh, he could have returned that.
He absolutely could have.
He had an
no one in front
opening
of him.
there on his right, but Valpo will start off with the ball, and Valpo's got to
For
score
sure,
here.
made that
Valpo
for sure.
has to score here.
Yes, they do.
This is a pretty crucial
See,
possession.
he's just as shocked.
Yeah, look how excited he is.
Look at the Packer fan.
Every
She's-
time
We're going to forget
you see
about the
those fans.
jerseys.
Yeah, every
Look
time
at-
you see those fans. Oh, no,
Look
that's a
at the
Packers
game.
jersey.
Yeah, we're going to forget about
yep.
that.
In Indiana, no.
Cold country.
Move
I'm
away
just
from
waiting.
move away.
I'm just waiting for the belt sign and the mouthing I own you.
No, I don't think we want to see that tonight.
Here we go.
And that's why the Vikings are winning the division. As this pass
Ian
was
Wilson.
underthrown
yeah,
there.
Yes, he did. He threw it behind him. He was open.
Ian Wilson's first pass of the night to Rocco Machichi. That's incomplete. That's unfortunate. He almost had that. I guess maybe you just have to throw him a little bit further in front of him.
So underthrown
these
pass
girls-
there.
How do they do this all night?
I don't know.
I don't understand. By this time I'd be in the ER by now.
Yeah, probably.
I'd be lucky if I had a bone fracture at this point. Look at that.
Some of those
That
girls
is-
look like
that
our
is-
good friend Brianna.
That is incredible.
Yeah. Jennings is telling her to learn how to do that.
As this pass is caught by Rocco Machichi. Machichi does a spin. Machichi on his feet for the first. What a play by Rocco
That was a genuine
Machichi.
reaction.
Wow. That caught us all off guard.
Excuse me. I was
In the good
I
way.
was working with one of our staffers for next week. We're trying to get her to learn gymnastics in a week. We'll see how well that goes.
Like I said, he was talking to Brianna. She's going to learn how to do a somersault.
Yes, and if you've seen the Friday show, you've seen Brianna with her multiple skits so far.
Yes,
Multiple good skits.
absolutely.
All of our skits are good. It's a throw. It's
Underthrown. I'll lead to second down.
I mean, it is his first drive.
But yes, her
Done it for
skit
Kyle Davis.
was in the Friday show today. It was called Dance Moms.
And I personally haven't seen it. I put the show together. I haven't even seen it. But
I just can't seem to put my finger on
Well,
it.
watching her
Inside
record all week long.
If you know, you know.
She was scaring me, and I was in the other room.
her voice travels. She does not like fingers in her face.
she's-
Say that much.
Just like how Valparaiso doesn't like being down right now by 13, but
See, the problem is she's standing directly behind me.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like,
It's a little
uh-oh,
scary.
I
So
think
there's a
this is a
timeout.
delay
delay
No,
game.
never mind. It's a flag, and it's a
It's going to be delayed again. Oh, wait a minute. Did they get the
timeout.
timeout?
Valparaiso.
Oh, just in
did.
time.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, so it was a timeout by Valparaiso.
I feel a smack
Their
coming in the back
first,
of my head.
actually, their second. Their second of the half.
So while we've got this timeout, the guys kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit last week, but we're gonna go ahead and spill the entire beans tonight. PC3 is going to be adding another element to our repertoire coming up this week. you guys will have the opportunity to listen to the PC3 radio station, which is going to be completely put together by the students, just like these productions are, but it's going to be a 24/7 radio station with, they'll have all sorts of talk shows and radio shows and all sorts of stuff going on.
I believe one of our podcasts, Dr. Sports MD.
Yes, it is.
And Dylan, we introduced them last week on the show as well.
Yep. And
it's a fake and a throw.
Oh, man, it was right there.
Just a missed catch by Connor McCall.
McCall's got to be on that.
The tight end.
It is a third down here.
Wow, just slips out of his fingers.
He should have had that one.
He really should have. That's so unfortunate.
You gotta hold on to those.
At that rate, you can't blame Ian Wilson. You can blame him for the last pass. You can't blame him for this one.
Yeah.
And I think they actually took Clark out because...
Yes, Ian Wilson is out there right now.
Yeah, they took Clark out because he threw that interception.
That explains the one. Clark has had an off game all tonight. I mean, except for the lone rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
That sounds a lot like what Ian Wilson did in week 1. He
had nowhere to go.
Thrown down.
That's a big loss.
Sacked on the play. Brings up 4th down.
And they're
third and
bringing
out.
out the special teams. You have to punt here.
So another 3rd and out and another possession.
Keeping the quarterback in. They might fake this.
I don't think so. They're going to kick it. So there's Kopp. He's the punter. He had an off game, so this game he's going to be the punter.
Yeah.
As he's been.
This looks like a fake.
Bad snap.
No.
Going backwards. Picked up right at the 1. And Crown Point will start at exactly at the Valpo 1. And now you start to wonder, that might have just thrown away the game exactly right there.
Wow. The game was already thrown away. They
could have stopped them there and get a score, but
this is where
right
I was talking.
1 yard line.
This is exactly what I was talking about, in the fact that the problem is you put the pressure on, and they start feeling that pressure, and you're up against a team that is just, honestly, it's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, So, yeah, when you start feeling that pressure, things happen.
Yeah.
Here's a rush by Johnson, his 3rd of the night, and another Crown Point Bulldog touchdown.
Now, honestly, I went into this game thinking that Valpo was going to win.
Well,
I've been proven wrong. I mean, there's still a quarter, but that's going to be the comeback.
You're down by 20. There's not really much you can do here besides play smart in the last 14 minutes here.
I don't know if the camera crew caught that, but I believe I just saw someone
we still see a lot of smiles on Valpo fans' faces, but they pretty much already know where this game is going here. And easily their worst performance since week 1.
So we're heading close to Sweet Caroline.
To fish with
Yes,
the kick.
we are. It's not
It is
26-7.
good.
That's good.
Making a 20-point game and the most they've ever been down in a home game this year.
Wow. Been a disappointing.
It's been a disappointing second half.
Quarter.
I mean, the first half was fine. But ever since that play, it has been all Crown Point. And would you believe me if I told you this? 20 straight points. 20 straight unanswered points for Crown Point. That is something else.
We thought we had a game.
And Crown Point said,
Yeah. Let's see how the officials having a talk. You guys can see it.
And then it was led by that awful snap for the punt. And that could have potentially been the dagger right there. 27-7 with 2:34 left.
I think they've had multiple daggers, and if Valpo can come back.
And I'm not saying it's not possible. It definitely is possible, but they're going to have to do so much, though. They got to score on this possession first off. Then they got to stop it once again. Honestly, they should just force a turnover.
Oh my! Did you guys see that jumping high five? They got up by 3 and 9 up there in the top right of your screen.
On a more interesting game, the Michigan City Wolves are up 31-21 against the Lake Central Indians.
This is
31-21. I tell it like it is. So here is.
I believe Indians were actually leading early on.
So what's that Maryville score look like? They're looking forward to next week.
Well, no, just no.
Well, yes, I will check that up here in a moment. But
Short
Cody F with the kick, and this one will almost go out of bounds. But
Oh, he's. Oh,
no, he's just
I thought he was out.
No, he's just covering it to make sure they didn't get it.
Yeah. I'm worried.
Like I was starting to say, is you're going to have the opportunity to hear these kids 24/7. There's going to be it's going to be a live streaming radio station.
We picked this up.
Yes, run by the
Yes.
students. They're going to be putting together the shows. There's going to be multiple shows, news, sports
Podcast.
talk. There's I think somebody was talking to me last week about a throwback show where they all talk about music from, I hate to say throwback because it was from my age,
Almost
but
picked.
swatted.
but yeah, some of the parents will really enjoy some of the music that they pick as well. And there's going to be a whole lot of opportunities for these students to learn a whole bunch going forward here.
I was swatted by Cody Goodwin.
One of which we had last night. Adam had the opportunity to go out and interview a artist here in the area Billy Gilman from The Voice fame and multi-platinum songs from a few years ago. And so we're going to have more and more opportunities for these students to do a whole lot of interesting things like that. We've been pleasantly surprised by your announced team here. Jaden and Ethan have pleasantly surprised me as how far they've come so quick on in this thing. We have to keep reminding ourselves that we're 7 weeks into this new project for everybody, this PC3 thing. And myself and Matt McClendon are pleasantly surprised at how well this is coming together.
We appreciate you and Mr. McClendon being there for us. As that last play, the last rush there was by Jacob Clardy. And this is a 4th down and 7 here.
A little bit of poor
Just
decision
like that, another 3rd and out.
2
straight 3rd and outs.
Crown Point never turned his head and surprised. That was borderline pass interference here.
Yeah. So it's 34-3. Pirates against the Slicers in LaPorte.
So you're saying
See a little
LaPorte
bit of
has a chance?
Not any more than a chance here, but 34-3.
I mean, we destroyed the Slicers.
Yeah.
Sliced
That
and
was a
diced them, as you
42-3
said.
game.
Yes.
As you said.
Oh,
That's
I think
a
that got
short.
blocked.
It's a bad kick.
I think that was blocked.
Takes a Viking bounce, though. Continues the roll. Looks like he's walking the dog. And is down at the Crown Point 47.
Oh, producers make a note of that. That's going to be a state submission right there. He's walking the dog.
Sure is walking the dog.
So Crown Point will start at their own 47.
He's unfazed.
Looking to capitalize on their lead.
As you can see, the impressive operation. And our friend Rich Jennings is struggling with it.
Was it that funny?
It was pretty funny.
I didn't see it coming.
Well,
You killed it.
we may be down by 20, but hey, we can always still crack a joke here and there.
Keep the spirits high.
Jennings is just dying over here. He's out of his seat.
That was made by Alex Rodriguez
I guess people like to mock the dog.
for the Bulldogs.
We're all having fun here. So here's a 2nd and 9 here with about a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Ball
I like
snap.
the defensive formation.
Johnson has all the time in the world. Another wide open pass.
Oh,
Still on
he
his feet.
stays up.
Down near the 1. And a flag
And a
here is
flag.
called.
I think that might be a face mask.
And it is against Valpo.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking
And
that. I think that was
Valpo's
face mask.
Hurting
He brought
themselves
him
now.
Wow, and he broke the face mask too. Or broke the tackle up with a face mask.
1st and goal for Crown Point.
Wow.
As you can see, the young fan does not agree with the call.
I don't think he was watching.
He seemed very, very disappointed in that call by the officials.
How about these big plays that have been allowed by the Valpo defense? We've never have seen this before here like this, and you start to realize that the slaughter rule may apply here soon. That's rare for Valpo.
Absolutely. It's a poor game for them.
Johnson could have his 4th rushing touchdown here of the night.
And you know
And Johnson
he's brought down the fort, I believe.
will get his 4th
For a Crown Point touchdown.
for another
he's dancing.
Crown Point Bulldog touchdown.
He's on the Valpo
Johnson
Pop
has
Warner team.
4 rushing touchdowns.
He sees himself up on the
Has to be a season record.
That will be his 4th, yeah.
And it's not even a game now.
No, it definitely. The slaughter rule will apply soon.
Yeah, I actually think we might be there.
Wow.
I honestly don't remember what the slaughter rule is, what the exact cutoff is.
Extra point
I
here.
think it's 28 points.
And what else would it be? Good. 34-7. In a already determined game here.
So we go back to that drive right before the half, and like I said before, Jaden called it that this one could be the turning point here, and it certainly seems that that's what happened.
I believe that's our homecoming.
I do believe it is too. I was thinking the same thing.
Yes, I believe that is the
Well,
queen.
she's getting congratulated for something. So.
And we want to congratulate her for winning the queen.
You see Frank Layden.
I know him.
And there she is.
He's
Hello.
trying to tell her, would you turn around?
It's like, turn around already, woman. And she does. Getting out the shades and everything.
The future's too bright now.
What a cool-
She's got homecoming queen. And
What a cool
Got some
queen.
jokers here tonight.
You flex. That's right. What a night it's been. Even though you're down
Keep his spirits high,
30, even though we're down
it's-
34-7, I mean, these Valpo fans are still on their feet here. So
Only down 27.
let's keep it in
27
perspective.
unanswered points all of a sudden. You know.
Let's keep it in perspective a little bit here. Valpo is still having a good season.
They will, and they'll drop down to 4-2.
You're running up against the #1 team in the region right now.
And they're looking to continue the
In the,
undefeated record.
definitely in the
And you
100%
can see why.
confidence.
You can see
Yeah.
why. They're a well-coached team.
Let's not forget also that
Well balanced.
Valpo does have Maryville next
He's going
week
to try and run it.
at the Damari Stadium.
Oh!
Gets off this opening. This
Breaks a
kickoff
couple
return.
tackles, too.
The kickoff.
They need to
Gets
give
him
him
a
some
good
more
amount of
runs,
yardage.
honestly. They've been giving Jacob Clardy a lot of runs, but I think we need some more Alberta tonight.
I know, Berta
They might
did.
just be saving
Berta
it.
had up to more than 50 yards in the first quarter alone.
That's true, yeah.
And he's mostly up to 80 plus here.
might just be,
I think the Crown Point coaches have kind of forced Valpo's hand in that one.
That's true. I mean, there's Berta, though. He's out again.
Yeah, I think that they've kind of focused on him.
That's true.
So
That's
Valpo's
an
looking to
awkward
score
run.
here. That's a
That
toss
was,
off.
he was setting up that option
And
the entire way.
excuse me, that Berta gets to
About
mid center
6,
field.
About 6, maybe 7. That's kind of a funny run.
Let's see what it is right
But
here.
the whole point of that play is your quarterback
6.
wants to hold it till that linebacker makes a decision, and then
Good call, Jid.
and then he goes one way or the other.
I'm learning. About 15 seconds left
You've
in
done
the third
learning.
quarter. 34-7 Crown Point.
That's why you're the clown.
We are
I'm
10
becoming.
seconds away from Sweet Caroline here at Vikings.
May not have been a sweet game, but it's definitely just been a sweet environment
They're
here.
gonna play it out.
And that will do it.
Last play.
34-7.
Here we go.
Last play of the quarter. Breaks out of that one. Goes out of another tackle.
It's gonna be about
Ian
the first
Wilson will give them a first
He's
at the end of the
getting
third.
big.
34-7 here on homecoming night. Enjoy some Sweet Caroline.
Tackle was made by Travis Reuter. That's it in 3 quarters. Crown Point 34, Valparaiso 7.
Welcome back to the fourth quarter here as we start off with Valparaiso ball after that run by Ian Wilson to give them to the first. And they're in Crown Point territory for the first time in a long time. Looking to get a score here. Looks like another toss-off, and it will be, and he stopped just like that.
He stopped, but he's still
That
up.
Crown Point D-line is something else.
Can't run the same play twice in a row.
It seems like they
Not
know what
against-
That's not going to work.
It just seems like they know what they're doing all the time.
Not against a well-coached team like that.
No. Because they can see that coming.
Craig Bazea, their coach, has been in this region and a very successful coach in this region for a long time.
Yep. And this will be the first time in 5+ years that Crown Point will be beating Valparaiso.
That's right, the
unless
last
Valparaiso
time-
has a crazy comeback.
But that's looking unlikely here
Technically,
with
it's
11
not.
minutes left. It's not, but they got to do a lot, though. Berta will give them about a couple of
That's a nice run.
So that's right. Jaden is correct. The last time they beat them was 2017 and had a 4-game winning streak against them. So definitely something for Crown Point to look forward to as they'll end the streak here.
These kids were waiting
Assuming
to
that
see
they
if
hold
could
on here with about 10:50
on the
left.
Jumbotron.
If you guys are just joining us, it has been a slaughterhouse here, 34-7, especially in the second half. That third quarter. 27 unanswered points, and Valpo has nothing for him. Ian Wilson has a little bit of protection as his pass is dropped. Another case of Butterfingers here.
He's so disappointed in himself.
That was
we
actually
have seen a lot of drops here by these Valpo wide receivers.
that was a very well. I mean
A lot of
the
Butterfingers.
design
here.
of that play was really good.
You start to wonder what's going on with that.
That might be. I mean, even if there wasn't a bunch of daggers already, that's the most demoralizing play.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
that one hurts.
That one was a
The whole crowd was awing.
Yeah.
stab in the
Oh,
back.
had he
there.
caught that, it was easily a first down.
So here's a fourth down. You absolutely have to go for it here.
Oh. This is going to be a false start.
Start
That's
against
going to be 5 more yards back.
5 more. Yep. Fourth down and 14. What's new?
Well,
Valparaiso just has nothing tonight. Score league presented by yours truly, 27-7. The Trojans are beating the Indians.
And we know some people on the Indians.
yeah.
Yes. Something funny, Jade?
We'll be making fun of them next week.
Yes. Well, I
Not that we can talk.
I guess they'll have the same treatment for us here.
Yes.
But hey, at least we beat the Trojans.
That would do.
I mean, we play them next time we're streaming. It's the fourth quarter with 10 minutes left. What a throw. Wow.
This one is caught, but
They needed that. That's going to be
a fourth
That
down.
was fourth
Turnover
down.
on
He's
downs.
short, yeah.
That's unfortunate. If he had thrown it just a little bit higher. It's the fourth quarter. 34-7 Crown Point.
I said earlier, I'm I say this one more time, scores around the league presented by yours truly. It is still 31-21, Michigan City Wolves over the Lake Central Indians. And then as said a little bit ago, it was 27 Trojans, 7 Indians. Maribel's destroying LaPorte 34-3. So hey, maybe down 34-7, but not 34-3 like LaPorte.
It's throwing shade.
Throwing shade. It's been a night.
It's been a little bit of a night, you're right.
It's been kind of a long one too. And the play will
What's
stop.
that going to be?
Let's see.
That'll be
Timeout for Crown Point. Their first of the half.
Maybe that was. I didn't get to see the game clock, but it might have been delay game, or trying to stop delay game.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have an opportunity for those of you that have been watching tonight. Some of these great shots. Speaking of which, here's one right here. What we wanted to do is we wanted to give a bit of a shout out to our crew. We've got a pretty awesome crew with us tonight. We'll call this team our A team because if you've watched this tonight, it's been a really good presentation for PC3. And our director tonight is Miss Emmy Malone. Our technical director is Hayden McGriff. On camera is Isabella Schumann, Ashley Billingsley, Liam Raphael, Rylan James, Katie Horde, and Lana Cantu. our social media team tonight. If you've been over on our Facebook page or our Instagram, you've had the opportunity to see what Adam, and I am not going to butcher his last name. We've seen Al-Kahani is what I've been told. He has done a great job over there. No wonderful. Okay. As we continue here, our social media team is Adam Al-Kahani, is Courtney Hambrick, and Bree St. Myers. The graphics team tonight is led up by Nick Robbins and Ruth Matthews. They've done an incredible job. You haven't been able to see too much of it because it's been on the big screen, but they have been keeping it on point.
And graphics soon to the stream.
Yeah, graphics soon coming to. Hey, like I said, we've got more surprises. We've got stuff that we're building up for you as this program builds up. And I got to tell you again, where we're at 7 weeks into this thing has been just incredible.
It's been amazing. It's been an awesome experience, too.
We want to also give out. Now this is going to sound weird, but your senior producer would be Rich Jennings. Hey, I know that guy.
He sounds familiar.
Executive producer is Mr. Matt McClendon. And we want to give a special thanks to the Valparaiso admin team, the Valparaiso High School admin team, and athletic director Stacy Adams and assistant athletic director Herb Hofer. They have been an incredible help to us in putting this on and giving us the freedom to put this on the air, and we certainly hope that you enjoy it.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing our names, but also yours truly, Jaden Woods and Ethan Locke.
Yes. With that, we take you to what we have left of the Valpo season. Next week, they go to Damari Stadium in Maryville, Indiana, to take on the Pirates. A week later, we'll be back home for the last home game of the regular season against the Portage Indians, and to finish off the season, we'll be in St. John against the Lake Central Indians.
And I got to tell you, I'm
2 away, 1 home game left.
Yeah.
We're pretty much in the home stretch.
And there's a pun.
It seems like this season has really flown by really quick.
It really does.
It feels like yesterday I was just putting on this headset and being like, all right, first game, here we go. But
What am I supposed to do?
it's been a pleasure working with all of you here.
You know, the
We're not
real
done yet.
We're not,
crazy
but
thing is
we're about there.
we still got 2 more seasons here. We still have the winter season of sports that we're going to be doing. Girls basketball, we're
Yes.
gonna be boys basketball. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff with that. Swimming, I think we're going to go out to a couple times. And then in the fall, I should say the spring, we are going to look into another one of your surprises. We're going to look into calling some baseball and softball games, and that'll be interesting because if any of you have ever been involved with any type of production when it comes to baseball or softball, that is a completely different animal. That is a whole big undertaking. That's a little different than what you're seeing here tonight. So
Yeah. Hey, and when you guys are watching basketball, you'll be hearing me and Ethan too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You'll also be hearing from our
Other
sports
crew.
doctor,
Yep.
Mark and Dylan.
Yes.
They'll be your other commentators. We'll be
Yes.
switching off to them.
So don't worry, if you guys miss us,
Why?
don't, because we'll still be here throughout the whole season.
Yes, we will. It looks like a little bit of a face mask.
No call though, and it'll move the chains. First down, Valpo.
Clardy with the run. That's going to be a. Will that be a Valpo? Yeah, that'll be a Valpo.
That's a
first down.
Valpo first down.
As they say, another Valparaiso first down.
Little less energy than touchdown, but
Yes.
you know what? It's
I
not
mean,
as
when the
exciting.
game gives you this, you only can work with something different.
It smells like Red Bull. Has the snap moments.
This is Ian Wilson here. This is caught.
Moves back.
He creates a
Daryl
made up.
Davis.
Yes.
Sacrificing his body for it, right?
Yeah.
It'll be about 6
We
yards.
haven't heard much of Daryl Davis here tonight. That must have been his first reception tonight.
He got a really good reception earlier.
I think that does ring a bell. Regardless, we've not heard much of him.
Daryl Davis.
Not Davis. Other than Travis.
I don't believe them.
I don't believe so either, but it feels weird not saying Travis Davis here. You know, by the time the first quarter rolls around, we've already had said his name a lot. So here comes Wilson here with a good run here.
It's going to be a Valparaiso first down.
He'll move the chains here and get him closer towards
Maybe they'll score again
the
here
red
tonight.
zone. Oh, it would help him.
Slaughter rule has not yet applied.
No, the clock is
I
stopped.
believe that's if they're over 30 at half.
Okay.
They were right at the bare minimum, the 27. They're right at 27 points. So they were right there.
Maybe we'll throw the mic to Brianna at the end of the game. Her scramble. Like Ian Wilson's been scrambling tonight. Berta, that might be.
That was Clardy.
Clardy. I apologize.
Seems like they both have been sharing. So now we know that Clardy's definitely RB3 material.
Wow. Doing some serious shit.
He's definitely your running back 3.
Hey man, he's not that bad.
Not at all. I'm just saying that he's the third running back. Also a handy wide receiver, if need.
Clark? We haven't seen him in a little bit, but he has 468 rushing yards in the season. On only 64 attempts, he averages about 7 per attempt.
Wilson's
gonna be
pass
a
was
dot.
nearly picked off.
Nearly picked off, but it was a fairly good pass.
He was nearly picked off by Brian Brandt,
Brian Bryant.
the linebacker. Went through his fingertips.
Just bad.
3rd and 4 for Valpo.
3rd and 4 for Valpo.
Looking here at this Valpo, it looks like only about 60% of the crowd is still here.
Yeah, some of them have.
Had already had left.
I also want to make a reminder to some of the audience to please not pour your drinks over the side of the stands,
Yes, please don't.
because I had an experience with that.
Yes, we did, or yes, he did. Bringing the first down. That's
That might be unnecessary roughness.
That's Bradley.
That was pretty unnecessary.
It was.
Yeah, I had an experience with a drink thrown over
First and 10 Valpo.
the side of the stands,
Yeah,
and
we
I'd
had
rather
to-
it not happen again.
Nearly had to confront the person.
Happened at halftime. Just a little reminder. As we come to 1st and 10 for the Vikings, 6 minutes left in the 3rd quarter of what has been a blowout. 4th quarter of what has
And
been a
that
blowout.
3rd quarter just really killed them. There's no way
27.
around it. You know, usually the 3rd quarter is usually the Vikings. I mean, the Vikings usually take over in the 3rd, but today, which is not the case, there's a pass.
That's going to be out of
is
bounds. Yep.
out.
That's going to be face mask, though. It looks.
And is there any call? There is no call.
I mean, he
Second
got
down.
dragged by his helmet, though. I don't know how you could have called it.
Refs did not notice that, though, so they will not call anything. It will be 3rd down or 2nd down.
As there's a very late flag called.
Is it?
It might be the face mask.
No flag has been thrown out, though, so that's...
He did throw a flag. It's not on the field. He threw it straight up. It's
It's a
onside.
late one, then.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Vikings.
Someone said something.
It's been a night, and you know what? I understand where they're coming from. It's been a rough night. You're getting blown out on homecoming night, but at the end of the day, it's just a game, please. I understand as you're losing, but
15.
hang your head high. You'll be fine.
It's going to be 2nd and 25, I believe, or 2nd and 20.
You are correct.
2nd
Because
and
that
25.
unsportsmanlike conduct is usually a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's it. It's definitely a personal foul.
These are the penalties that you never want to get.
No, especially not when you're already down.
It definitely doesn't help out the case here. It just shows you the night that these Vikings have had.
But
24/7, and we'll see how Valparaiso can bounce back next week against the Pirates. But they'll be at Damari Stadium, so they got to look out for that one. Pirates blown out LaPorte today. Pass is caught, goes out of bounds by Brandy.
It's going to be about a 10-yard gain for Scotty Bradley. Oh, my.
So Bradley will get out, but we'll get him a good amount of yards here on the 3rd down.
See, the fans are still going crazy. As we're waiting for the snap. It's been a tough game.
It really has been, but you know what?
I was right,
Valpo
by the way.
is-
10-yard gain. Look at that.
Valpo is still will still be 4-2 by the end of this. So they're still pretty good in the standings. Lake Central,
Oh, he's
they'll be tied with
going
Lake
far
Central
back.
though, so that's the only thing. Pass is caught. He found the
Little bit of
opening.
angles. That's Daryl Davis again. That's so close to a first down. That's going to be maybe 3 yards off, 4, 5. It's going to be another
It's
catch.
Gerald Davis' third reception of the night.
Now they got to go from one Davis to another when they lose one. They're going to be, should be 4th and, just waiting for the board to change. 4th and 1.
It'll be just short, and you absolutely have
They're
to go
going for a
There's
run.
you absolutely
Yep,
have
they're
to.
just running the ball.
And they will.
See, now that's that play I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You know, he was under center and just dove forward
Move the chains, first down.
instead of lining up 5 yards back and giving them a time to penetrate.
Right, that is the play that you should be doing. On a 4th and 1, you just need to get the ball over. As they're finally going to be in the red zone. This is the first time in the second half, I believe.
Ages that they've been near that red zone here.
Ooh, what a catch.
It was a good throw also.
Why did he
It was a
pick
good
him up?
throw.
It was a good throw, right?
Yes.
Right to his stomach.
I don't understand that last part though.
Yeah, why did he pick him up? Oh, there's our executive producer, Matt McClendon.
McClendon!
Yeah.
Looking at the camera. I love that
Look
smirk.
at that
And he
red
set
beard.
that up. He set that
I
shot up.
think he did.
He set that
Aw,
shot up.
you sly
Stop
dog.
pandering.
Did I do that?
Get him out of here.
Emmy, stop pandering to the crowd.
Stop giving him shots. We don't need any
Ah,
more.
Mr. McClendon, what would we do without you?
Red beard.
I'm the only
The
one.
beard man.
Oh.
Pass is
Ooh, he
almost
dropped
picked
it.
off. There's a flag here.
Oh, we're going to talk.
Looks like it might
That
be
was
against.
almost
Is it
an
going to be pass
interception.
interference?
Might be against Crown Point
Or is
here.
it going to be offensive pass
That's
interference?
pass interference.
Because I couldn't see.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a wall
Pass
there.
interference on
Defense.
the Bulldogs.
And that's what I knew was going to happen
That
because
is a lucky break.
the call was after the play, meaning it was on the
Yep,
defense.
that ball was in his hands, and he dropped it in the end zone.
4:35 left.
In the Bulldogs' hands. And
What has been
Just to
a
clarify.
blowout. 2nd and 6 for the moment, but they will move up.
wow,
They will
that's
move
lucky.
up. Move up to the 5 for the first and goal.
That would be
That
a first.
was
First and goal.
I thought it was an automatic first down. But
It is an automatic first down.
got it at
it's-
second down.
But it's where
Second and goal.
the ball is placed though.
Second and goal from the 6.
It is 2nd and 1 actually.
That's a run by Clardy.
Already will
That's a
push.
first down. They got 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You know that they want a touchdown. They just want to make this look like less of a slaughter.
Yes.
But
But let's give
You can see him
some
sitting
let's
down
get
on
some
the
credit
field.
though to Clardy. I mean, Clardy has made some impressive plays here and there.
Yes,
I mean,
talented. Look at him.
backing up Broda, so he definitely wants to make some good plays here.
Oh my.
And Clardy is a solid running back.
Every time you see the crowd members on our stream, they're also showing up on the Jumbotron.
So timeout was called there.
Oh, I didn't even notice. Huh. First time out for Crown Point tonight. Or not tonight, in the second half.
No, I believe this is their second of the half. I think this was against Valpo.
Well, then it would still be their first of the half.
Second.
I was technical. Looks like 72 is
I
down.
love
Maybe
that.
that's what they call the timeout. Might be an injury timeout.
Yes.
That's so unfortunate. We were just talking about 72.
Jaden, we're all having fun here today.
6'5", 340, right?
No, that's the one on Crown Point.
Oh, okay.
We're-
Apologies.
That was
Regardless,
Caleb
both teams have a very
Caleb
big
Sharp, the defensive lineman.
Let me say, the 72 for Valpo is not a small person either.
No, he just went down, though.
6'2", 280, Caleb
We're
Sharp.
hoping he's all right.
Yeah, for sure.
I really think Bree wants to be underneath.
I think
I
so.
really
She's
think
giving
so
us
as
some
well.
Stairs. She's hungry for it.
She's like, oh, come on, guys, just one time. He stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
He looked like he was about to burst, and then he just fell. I mean, well, he got tackled.
by Cody Goodwin.
Cody Goodland,
Drew
I
Kroll.
believe, is the one who got that.
Valpo is looking to score at least one more time here, and then you can try an onside kick.
That's 2nd and 5 to a goal. You gotta hope. For their sake and their sanity's sake.
But you
they
know what,
get this.
though? What a game by the Bulldogs. You got to give it to them.
Yeah.
The
34
Bulldogs continue to play amazing football, and all we can do here at PC3 is show nothing but gratitude towards them because they play very solid football.
They definitely have.
And they will continue their
It's a
undefeated
fake run.
record at
Ian
6-0.
Wilson with the throw.
Here's the pass, and he is
Ooh.
right there,
That's
right
gonna
at the goal
That's
line.
gonna be inches, I believe, or 1.
He is right there.
Keegan Begley.
And Begley, that's his first
That is his
reception
first
of the night, but a
This is
crucial
3rd
one
and
here.
1.
They want to score here,
It's gonna be a
and
run, and he's in.
he'll push his way there
It's gonna be
for
another
Valparaiso touchdown.
That was a little
Well, let's see what the call is here. It is.
All right.
It is a Valparaiso touchdown. As the horn goes off.
You know, 34-13 looks a lot better than 34-7.
I agree.
So you can see the remaining students and parents that are here. They're still very happy about this. I mean, I would be too. I'm happy about this.
So it's 34-13 here, going for the extra kick, or the extra point.
That is not Jackson Kopp, though. I forgot.
He's the
Got so
punter
used
there.
to saying his
Bad
name.
snap, and this one is
Still good.
no good.
No good.
It went off to the right side and doinked
That was
off.
a bad snap that messed him up on that one.
And Valpo has only made 2 extra points in the last 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? As long as they don't let Crown Point score again, this is going to look like less of a blowout.
Yeah, they got the touchdown in garbage time, but hey, not going to look
Getting
bad.
some shots of feet here.
With 3-2-1 left in the 4th quarter, it's been a very one-sided affair.
Absolutely. But regardless, still a fun match. You can see all smiles around here. As cheerleaders, which I'm glad that they don't have to wear their normal outfits out here. It's fairly chilly.
Jackson Kopp will kick off for the Vikings.
Cobb will kick us off here. And what should be one of the last possessions here of the game. So remember, Valpo will drop down to 4-2. Crown Point will continue their amazing year at 6-0.
Undefeated, yeah.
What an
Even if you don't
accomplishment.
have an incredible team, if you're coached to the bone, you're going to be
What an
become a good team.
What an accomplishment from these Bulldogs.
J.J. Jackson will be receiving as long as Nicholas Soley, I believe, will be attempting to grant this reception. As we wait for the kick.
Kick off by Kopp.
That's going to be a touchback.
That's a really
Oh,
good
never
kick
mind.
here.
And he's not going to do
He's
it.
gonna
Well, he is a very
keep it
speedy.
going there, gonna slide around the 20.
Yeah, it's about the 15.
Returns the kick for Crown Point. Slides down at the 14-yard line.
Yes,
First
around the
and 10 for
14.
the Bulldogs.
Yep. Only 3 or 2.
I don't know what made me say 20 there for a
I'm
second.
not sure.
You know what?
There's a little bit of miscommunication between your eyes and your head.
It's been a night. It's been a night. You know what? You messed up last week. I messed up this week. We all have our mess ups. But definitely something that happens here to the best of us.
Sorry for falling asleep a little bit.
For some dead, for some dead air there. There's really not much you can say here. Me and Jane are just kind of, accepting loss here at this point. So we're just kind of kicking it back and realizing that Crown Point has our number this game. And like Jane said earlier, we'll end the streak of 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years of wins. Just to be snapped like that, just because they got a good team. They have a very good team this year. You can't ignore that. JJ seriously coming to his own. I haven't had the pleasure of seeing him play before, but JJ Johnson has just been a demon tonight.
He really has been.
He is a senior.
I mean, I think it's time to start talking about your players of the game here. I think.
Gotta be JJ.
Oh yeah, for
4
sure.
touchdowns.
I'll go first. Yes, J.J. Johnson, 4 rushing touchdowns. What more can you say? Now for the defensive end for Crown Point, that one's tricky because there was a lot of Crown Point players that made a lot of good plays here tonight. I mean, I would have to think about that one for a little bit longer.
3rd and 6.
Defensive or Crown Point? Defensive player of the game for Crown Point.
I did like Jalen Kelly's play though earlier.
Jalen Kelly.
I did really like that play from earlier, the interception. So yes, I might have to give it to him. And he made a little more impressive plays as the night went on. So as for the defense for the Vikings, give me the one and only Jonah Kyle.
Jonah Kyle, yeah.
I mean, the leader
See
of
him
the
right there, number
defense,
10.
doing what he does
Bottom of your
best.
screen.
Stopped by Tyler Young.
Who was your offensive player of the game for the Vikings?
For the Vikings,
Him.
I think
Little
it's
boy
him.
right there.
little
Look at
boy
that
right there.
Water boy right there.
Look at him.
Actually, I think that's a media bag.
Well, you know what? Based on the
Where'd he get that?
situation, I got to give it to Clardy or Berta.
I'm going Berta. I mean, you're thinking electricity, you're thinking hype, you're thinking Berta.
I'm thinking Berta. Field the Berta. Ethan, yes, mine. You're killing it. But yes, Berta is definitely my player as well.
Anyway.
I think Clark did make some good plays, but the interception and the
Anyways.
third and outs, I think killed him. But Ian Wilson did make a couple good plays though tonight.
Yes.
So props to him.
Couple really good
Coming
plays.
in a really bad situation. It'll be 4th down and 5 here with 1:41 left.
Okay, so now what's your play of the game?
Play of the game.
I think the game sealing intercepted.
Cody Official deep.
I think that definitely did seal the deal there.
I
see
think
that.
most
Tyler
impactful,
Berkshire is back for
it's
Valpo.
the interception, but
Yes.
most exciting 50-yard reception.
Yes.
Or if not, or really the touchdown by Crown Point there.
That too. Look at Tyler for sure.
For sure, making play after play.
For sure, is for sure one of the fastest people on that
And
field.
that's for sure a fact.
So
I
as
said
we,
that first.
as we,
And in fact, you did.
a minute
You
and
for
a
sure did.
we have a minute and a half left in this game. Once again, we wanted to give a shout out to the Valparaiso Athletic Department. Sorry, chair was messing up on me here. Special thanks to the Valparaiso administration team and the athletic director, Stacey Adams, and assistant athletic director, Herb Hofer. We also wanted to give a big shout out to our PC3 team, led by director Emmy Malone, technical director Hayden McGriff, camera operators Isabella Schumann, Ashley Billingsley, Liam Raphael, Rylan James, Katie Horde, and Lana Cantu.
Wow.
Our social media team,
back
Adam
a while.
Al-Kailani, God, I cannot get that name right. Courtney Hamrick and Bree St. Myers, our graphics team, Nick Robbins, Ruth Matthews, your senior director, yours truly, Rich Jennings, and the man that puts us all into places, executive producer, Mr. Matt McClendon.
And if you watched the Friday show, you got to see Pat McClendon.
Yes.
Yes,
His brother.
good.
They're
It
very
was a lot of fun with hosting earlier today with Game Weeks.
busy week.
Yes. And it definitely was a busy week.
A dynamic duo. That
Definitely
guy.
are. His pass is picked.
Oh,
Saw it coming a mile away.
he never.
He was
throw
right
that.
there. He was right there, and that will officially put this one away.
Yep, I think they're going to down it, and that'll be
You
the
see
end
all
of
the
it.
coaches getting excited there. My boy in the red hoodie
Interception for Crown Point.
over on the other sideline.
My question is, why does he throw that? He can run. They just
Right.
lost 14 on a sack where he scrambles and he just loses his mind, I guess. That's such an unfortunate throw. He has a wide open receiver on the left side of the field.
So as we have the opportunity here, let's look forward to next week again. As you can see, Crown Point getting into the victory formation. So let's look ahead to Maryville next week, and keep in mind, folks, that will not be live streamed by PC3.
Nope,
We
only
will
home
not be
games.
there for that game.
We will, however, we will be able to live stream the Portage game the following week, as that is home.
Yep, the following week we will be back. And that will be our last home live stream of the season.
Unless we do good in the playoffs, or
Right.
a home playoff game, you probably won't hear much from us. Final score here, 34-13, and Valpo will be handed their worst loss at home for the year.
And again, I want to apologize for the lack of a scoreboard camera. We thought it was going to rain earlier in the evening,
Yes.
and we couldn't get that up in time.
Yes, we did. We thought for sure that the rain was coming in, and so we held that camera out just so we wouldn't lose it. And well, it held off.
It definitely did. Final score here, 34-13, and Valparaiso will go down to 4-2, but they will go up against Maribel next week in Damari Stadium. We'll see you there for that game and the Portage game. I'm Ethan Locke.
I'm Jaden Woods, and don't get lost in the stars on your way home.
Or from